All right, a message to Anonymous. Yeah. So, listen, I'm not sure yet what this message is going to be about, but it's going to be, well, directed to a bunch of nerds, really. So, it might get a little complicated. All right, listen, yeah? Anonymous. Anonymous, I think, has one big issue. Like most other parties that are involved with some sort of battle with one another. All right. So your organization or whatever it is has this one goal, right? Just basically just bitching about the system, and DDoSing websites every now and again. You know, when you don't feel content about something, right? I don't know exactly. I don't know nothing about this whole organization, but that's what I do know, right? You bitch about things, and when you don't agree with stuff, you start ringing doorbells real fast, right? So nobody else can ring that doorbell, so the door can open. Something like this. This is what DDoSing is, right? Isn't it? You just visit someone's website a lot, so nobody else can get in. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about that strategy. Anyway, I think you got one major issue as Anonymous. The only reason why you stick together is because you've got this battle going on. Right? Like, think about it. Like, why else would you come together? Why else would you communicate with one another? Why else would you, right? There's this battle going on. And that's the only reason why because you're all pretty much all autistic, right? Socially awkward, right? Having difficulty to admit that you too have some sort of desire, some urge, to have human contact, right? Social interaction, and yet you're socially awkward. It's very difficult for you to find another way to, to satisfy that need for social contact, isn't it? Yeah. And so subconsciously, you are fully aware that the only thing to obtain that thing that you need, that social contact, is through battle, through the continuation of that battle. Subconsciously, you are fully aware that if that battle ends, whether you win or lose, you have no more reason to come together. And therefore, I think, it's one of my theories, ideas that might actually end this battle are being blocked. Yeah. You don't even get them. You don't even receive the ideas that might make you the winner of this whole, shit show. So, what are you going to do about this, huh? What are you going to do about this? It's not rocket science, is it? No, once you put the finger on, well, at least one of your issues, it's not very difficult to come up with a solution, right? No. Hackathons. I heard that you do these things sometimes. I've never been there. Would you go somewhere, some place, where a lot of people can be, and then you do your thing, your hackathon thing, right? You get this problem, and you're gonna crack it. You're gonna hack it. And you're gonna come up with a solution. Hackathons. Yeah, I like a marathon, right? Yeah, I like the yeah. Anyway, right? You're cracking problems together. You're uniting over something in a positive way. Not ringing doorbells. Or occupying bakeries. Is it what you do when you're not satisfied with the bread of your local bakery? You call your buddies and you just occupy the whole bakery so no one else can get in? Is this what you do in real life as well? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if this is what you do. Anyway, I think hackathons are a lot more, less useless. Yeah, more positive. Yeah. And why stick to those, sporadically organized thingies? Huh? Why would you do that? Why, I was thinking, right? Yeah, because, there was other reasons as well. But I was thinking, what about permanent hackathon locations, man? Huh? I'm not into your whole, I don't, I've got a bit of a hacker mind, but I don't know nothing about computers. I like cracking ideas. Yeah, but I don't want to go online to have to do so and while being intellectually parasited, during that process. Yeah. What do? You go to Inbreaded and you share your theories and then, you know, basically feed the machine with your intellectual property, right? And then just get it over with. Just go on to the next thing, right? But that's basically what it is right now, isn't it? I call it inbreaded, yeah, because I used to call it Reddit. Well, that's before I discovered that it was full of inbreds, trolls that are just, being obnoxious and just, and they don't do fuck all about that. So I call it inbreaded now. Yeah, that's probably where you are, ain't you? Most of the time. All right? Well, I guess you could call it a hackathon and Reddit, yeah. But it's like, who's benefiting? Who's really benefiting from this? Right? Who's really benefiting from this? The world? The people? I mean, I've seen great ideas coming by, yeah, but I don't see nothing being manifested. I don't see nothing offline. I see a lot of ideas being born and, well, dying online. That's what I see. Yeah, offline is just one big shit show. Yeah, so I was thinking, we're gonna do offline hackathons, man. Well, offline, like actual in the real world. Yeah, and there's a few things you could add to that. Yeah, I saw there's a lot of energy drinks being consumed during these hackathons. That's not good for you. It messes with your mind. It messes with your body. It's poison, man. Why do you know this? Well, you're not fucking retarded, are you? No. Well, why are you consuming this garbage then? You also eat shit? You one of those people? It's trash. It's trash. Microwave food, same story. Yeah. It's garbage. I heard. I still didn't try it though. Like I keep telling about it, but I still don't know whether it's true or not. I heard a story once about two plants. Right. Now one plant was being watered with water that was boiled with fire, and then cooled down, obviously, and then being fed to the plant. And the other plant was fed with water that was boiled in a microwave. And then it also was cooled down and then being fed to the other plant. And guess what happens? Guess what happened next? Huh? Yeah. You don't wanna eat fuck all out of a microwave. I don't know exactly why, but it's a sort of superheating thing which makes you unable to absorb nutrients or whatever. I don't know. It's a long story. Right? You don't want to eat nothing microwaved. And I've got a paranoid theory. I don't know whether, it's just a paranoid theory. I read once on the internet, because I was there sometime. I read once on the internet about the Wi-Fi frequency. I don't know why it was, but that's what I was looking into the microwave stuff. Like, what is this? And then they said the Wi-Fi frequency is free because it's very, very close to the microwave frequency. And that's why that frequency is for free. That's freely available. Nobody's making no money on that at all. Because there's microwaves everywhere. It's always being disrupted, the signal. right? So you cannot really do much with it. That's why it's free, because it's so close, to the microwave frequency. Now, I don't know how this works, all right? I'm just a poorly educated fool, but I can imagine, like, if you put food, that you're about to consume in a thing that's microwaving stuff at a frequency that's very close to the Wi-Fi network, that you might actually turn that food in that frequency a little bit or whatever. You make it vibrate in that frequency. I don't know how it works. I don't know. No, but what if? What if you become a Wi-Fi antenna, broadcasting your bullshit and downloading bullshit all day long? Yeah, intellectual parasiting. That's one of the main, I think, goals of this whole, whatever this is. Intellectual parasiting, coming up with ideas. They don't necessarily only want the ideas that you publish. No, especially this shit that's in your head. The stuff that you're like, oh no, I'm not gonna say this. This is way too good. If anyone would know this, they would definitely, abuse it or whatever in one way. I'm not even gonna publish it. If I would be an intellectual parasite on the bad side of history, that's the exact idea I need. I need that fucking idea that you're not even publishing because it's so good. You know what I mean? Yeah. You might want to stop eating microwave food, kids. Script kiddies. That's what you call yourselves, right? Isn't it? I heard it was. Script kitty. You might want to stop eating microwave food, script kitty. And stop drinking the garbage, will you? Alright, so how are we going to compensate for this, obvious sign of self-destructive programming and just lackluster? Alright. Now, what I was thinking is we can make a greenhouse, on a piece of farmland or something. You just pay the farmer twice of what he usually makes on that piece of land and you're good. We pay a farmer. We put a greenhouse on the thing. Inside the greenhouse, there's a sauna, obviously. You always need a sauna. If you're doing brainstorms, you need a sauna. Because it automatically makes you meditate because of the sheer heat of the fucking thing. Right? You automatically just zone out at some point. And this is when brilliant ideas come to mind. You know what I mean? You need to make space for good ideas to arrive. You need yourself a sauna, a hydrogen powered sauna. Yeah, because you don't want to become part of the problem, do you? You want to become part of the solution, so you give the right example. Yeah, you order hydrogen and you burn it in your sauna, resulting in a heat source. Now that excess heat can warm up your greenhouse. That heat can, in combination maybe with some artificial lights, that just add to the, you can grow exotic fruits all year round. All year round. Grapes, strawberries, that kind of shit, Can you imagine just walking through your hackathon thing, just picking grapes as you go because they're hanging everywhere. Glucose is what I'm talking about. Glucose and moist. That's what your brain loves. It likes to be hydrated, and it likes these natural sugars. Not your energy drink trash. No, natural sugars, which are in grapes. So there's extra glucose, there's extra moist in your brain. Plus the photosynthesis process, right? CO2 and sunlight being transformed into this waste product called oxygen. It's basically plant fart. That's making your brain work a little bit, better. Yeah, because your brain, I heard, 20% or something of the amount of oxygen that you use is being used by the brain, like a lot. Your brain needs a lot of oxygen to process stuff. Now, you can produce this with the plant. You can also say like, hey, you know what? We're just gonna we're just gonna do this differently. We're gonna add some oxygen to the space, or maybe different sectors. You could put a greenhouse in a greenhouse in a greenhouse, so you get different climate zones. and maybe different oxygen levels, to see what fit, because you can get high as a kite when there's too much oxygen. Yeah, that's not really, what I mean? So you might want to tune it down a little. All right. Well, what you can do, because you're going to need hydrogen anyway, right? For your sauna. And during the production of hydrogen, you also produce oxygen. That's what they say. I never tried it, but that's what they say. If you put two electrodes in a bucket of salt water, you run some electricity through it. One side bubbles up oxygen on the electrode, and the other side, hydrogen bubbles up, right? Yeah. Well, there you go. You got yourself fuel, and you got yourself, some brain fuel. And you release that in your greenhouse thingy. Now the natural light is good. The greenhouse. What I mean, the natural light during the day is nice. Makes you feel good. Good for your skin, vitamin D's and whatnot. Anyway, I think it's what I mean. I would like to have a location like this and sit there at maybe different spots. You can divide a hackathon thing up in different spots, right? Yeah, you don't have to do one subject in the whole thing. No, you just split it up in different pieces. This is where we work on this idea or problem. This is where we work on this problem. What I mean? And maybe this is also a wrong way of thinking. Like, you don't want to, what I mean? Maybe, because, what I mean? If you crack problems, you need problems to crack, right? Yeah, so, I don't know if that's the right terminology. You got ideas that you're working on. Yeah, whether or not they're issues or not. Right. Okay, so how are we gonna, because there's gonna be hackathons all over the world, right? You don't want to have one thing in one country. No, because then everybody has to go to that one fucking country, right? Yeah, so you need more. One every capital, I'd say. Right? Yeah, so there's at least one hackathon going all the time in every country. That's about 200. All right. Now, how are we gonna connect these 200 hackathon locations without being hacked? Because that's one of the main issues in your stupid ass world, isn't it? The information is being intercepted, being changed, and then being sent through. So the receiver got a wrong message, right? A falsified message. Data falsification. That's the amount of ideas and data that's going to be transported through this network is going to be fucking insane, right? Yeah. It's basically going to be, almost like a planetary brain. You know what I mean? There's going to be so much information being said, you don't even want to, you know what I mean? No. Now, your shitty internet was never designed to be what it is. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. I read it in some fiction book, but I think, sometimes I think they put some truth stuff in there. I think this is one of those things. Like the CERN, I'm not sure what it says, what it stands for, but that research lab in Geneva, where they built that Large Hadron Collider. Apparently it was scientists that were just too lazy, to walk from one office to the other and, exchange information like this, data. It was sheer laziness of a bunch of nerds, with all due respect, that gave birth to the internet. The thing that you're using today, to support the worldwide network. Web. Right? Yeah, it was never designed for this. No. It's full of holes. It's what's it called? 0 days. Vulnerabilities that have been known to the public for exactly 0 days. Fucking hell, man! There's people with a lot of interest in keeping this internet shitty, and yet you keep using it to try to to share information. How stupid can you be? Right? Yeah. Now I heard there's this new little thingy, in the scientific-y world, quantum stuff. Teleportation instead of transportation of information. Yeah, I like the sound of that because that doesn't sound like can be. That doesn't sound like you know a network that can be you know screwed by a bunch of well, you know what I mean, Secret Service cunts. You know what I mean? If you teleport it, how can they intercept it? Right? Yeah. So I think it's a good idea that should be like the first main subject for the hackathons worldwide. Like how are we gonna communicate, man? How are we gonna, you know what I mean? And fast too. You don't want to. You know, what I mean, you want to have the best, fastest, and unhackable network in the world. And I know you always keep saying that everything is hackable. Yeah, listen, that's an issue. Yeah, but hey, you can at least try to make it unhackable, right? Yeah. I mean, there's a non-Newtonian fluid. You know what I mean? Probably somebody that disagreed with Newton was like, I'm just gonna look for shit that is not agreeing with this law. And I'm gonna call it non-Newtonian then, just to fuck with them. You know what I mean? You can find a way, I think. Yeah, just like the person that found this new non-Newtonian stuff. You know what I mean? Right? You can. Yes, you can, man. You can find something that's unhackable. Oh. And then don't think about the fact that it might be a simulation, because that's going to screw you right up. Yeah, that's going to screw you right up. You got to forget about that. And aliens too. Don't think about aliens too. Yeah, that's going to mess you right up. But other than that, it's going to be unhackable. Well, I think it's important to create something like this. And I think it's even more important to make sure that the information, that the research stuff, that the ideas are being published immediately, indefinitely. Right? So that patents cannot be, well, you know what I mean, party poopers. Yeah, we got to do something about this. Yeah, because if you've got a brilliant idea and some dipshit with a microphone in some Secret Service bunker gets wind about it and decides to request a patent for that exact idea, we may not even be able to use it according to international law because of that patent. We need to ask them for permission to be able to use our idea and then pay them. You know what I mean? I heard a story once. It was about a vegetable. I think it's called broccoli in English as well, right? That's an English word. Broccoli. Yeah. Was it broccoli farm? Right? And this person developed a broccoli that was growing a little bit higher above the ground. So it was easier to harvest. It was revolutionary stuff. Because in the broccoli business, this was a nightmare. To harvest broccoli. Yeah, so this was amazing. Everybody was delighted. And this person was so happy. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to share this beautiful thing with the world. Here you go, my broccoli brothers. Here you go. Here's the broccoli. That's going to grow higher above the ground, so it's easier to harvest. All your pain is gone now. You know what I mean? Group hug. You know what I mean? Just a very nice gesture to the world. Like, here's my invention, and as a gift to you. There you go. Now, not much later, this person got like a message from a lawyer or something, saying like, "Hey, listen, broccoli farmer. Yeah, the broccoli that you're using right there that grows high above the ground. Yeah, that's got a patent on it. And well, you have to pay us money now, in order to use that specific, broccoli. You have to pay me. Yeah, we need money for this because we patented it. Yeah, because there was no patent on it yet. It was open. So, you want to avoid these situations. You don't want to have to pay for your own fucking broccoli. Right? For your own idea. It's your idea. Yeah, these are reasons to go to war, I can imagine. If this would be me, I don't know. You know what I mean? This would have been. You know, you don't want to go to war over things that can be avoided. So yeah, we have to think about things like this. I mean, because I'm not going to be involved in this. No, I'm gonna be. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to jail soon for something I'm about to do. I'm not sure what it is yet. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Like, I gotta go to prison because I don't want to go. I don't want to. I don't want to be recruited. That's what you want to call it by the Secret Service. Yeah, they want to. Well, you recruit. They want to turn me into that bitch. Yeah, recruitment. It sounds like a tough thing. Like no. They just want to turn me into the little bitch. Yeah, they've been trying for a while now, and I'm not really cooperative. No. No, so they want to make me homeless. They caused a fight between me and my landlords. Or I don't know. It's a fucking organization that rents houses, And long story short, I'm gonna be homeless because of them provoking between us. This is what they do, right? I never knew about these Secret Service people until recently. Yeah, fucking assholes. I thought these were the best of the best. Right? Yeah, well, it seems the opposite is a lot closer to the truth. Bunch of fucking trolls, man. Yeah, what's wrong? I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? They're just trolling you. Yeah, with a government budget. These are trolls with a government budget. Just being a little shit, all day long. Yeah, inbreds. Have you heard about the, well, this is my theory, so. But, if you heard about the inbred theory? Yeah, mirrored programming. That's what I think. Mirrored programming. Yeah, think about it. Yeah, when you have to program, you could probably when you have to program something that has to be able to adapt to its environment, you have to make it sort of, well, I don't know, pretty simple, really. Like if you, for example, inbreds, yeah, you don't want to have inbreds in your gene pool, right? Because you're looking for genetic variation in order to get a very strong immune system. Purpose of life is what they say, isn't it? Yeah, so you don't need inbreds. Well, you need the opposite. You need genetic variations. How do you get rid of inbreds? How do you get rid of inbreds? Think about it. Your sort of evolutionary code. You just come up with all kinds of shit, and this is what, what's left. I think, just because it's so easy, you just mirror it. Anything you don't want to have, you just mirror it. So it does exactly what it's not supposed to do. And then it gets either murdered or rejected from the herd, so it gets killed by lions or wolves or whatever. You know what I mean? You just make it do the exact opposite of what the groups want you to do, like trolling. People that troll people. Just being annoying, just being obnoxious, just with this dumbass fucking smile on the face too during that process. To override their survival instincts. Oh, it's funny. No, I don't think it's funny. These fucking idiots. Yeah, you think it's funny because that's your survivor instinct, just being overridden by your inner inbred. You waste the space. Yeah, why don't you think? Why don't you think about things like this, man? Yeah, like a nitwit. Anyway, so trolls being used by the Secret Service to get rid of revolutionist people. I basically said I was gonna cause the revolution because some shit that went down. Yeah, they stole my stuff and they destroyed it. And I said, well, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I couldn't even defend myself, but you still destroyed my survival. I was a bit of a prepper, right? It was survival equipment, preparing for emergency situations and stuff. So I was like, you destroy my things without me being able to defend myself. And this is what was the case. I heard during the hearing, I got wind about my stuff already being destroyed. Yeah, I was like, the fuck is this? Since when are people unable to defend themselves against these atrocities? Huh? Yeah. That's why I said, man, listen, I'm going to turn this representative democracy into a direct one. Yeah, fuck you. And I'm going to bring the power to the people. Yeah, because you're not, being responsible with it. Little shitwits. And this is when, before too, I had issues with them, but after that hearing, it was on. Yeah. Now they try to make you kill yourself because they're not allowed to murder you. I think. Yeah, I was wondering. Like, it's been like 4 years now. I'm like, why am I still alive, man? After 2 years. Well, let's just say it like this: the first 2 years, I thought they were being, they were pretending to be a bit retarded. That's why I thought. Yeah, because they're just, I don't know. It's like you're constantly being surrounded by very bad actors, by sort of LARPers, by those live action role players. Right? You're constantly being surrounded by them. You're like, what are you doing? Are you being an idiot on purpose so that I think you're an idiot, and then later on you're gonna pull me a quick one or something? And what's going on? All kinds of weird things, like passive-aggressive murder attempts, for example. You're like, what are you doing, man? Are you trying to get yourself, are you trying to shoot yourself in the foot? Are you trying to make me think you're a bit special? Not in the good way. But then after about 2 years, I was like, well, this is not like the movies at all. You're just a bunch of special people, with the quotes. Is that why you call yourself special agents? I thought it was in a good way, but it seems it's not at all. Nah, these are just mentally, handicapped individuals that are being, remotely operated by a bunch of, I don't know, probably drug-addicted inbreds, I think. Yeah, cocaine snorting inbreds, with their own little god complex. I think this is what we're looking at. Yeah, I've been profiling them a bit, right? I'm like, who am I dealing with here? Like, who are these individuals? Yeah. Well, this is what it seems. Yeah, just this compulsively cocaine snorting inbreds that are in control of a bunch of remote control LARPers. They've probably got some self-destructive inbred programming, and like to troll people. Yeah. Yeah. Being financed with our tax money for some reason. Yeah, I didn't know exactly how this happened. No. That was a bit of a surprise to me too. I thought these were the best of the best, man. No. Well, anyway. But they can be annoying though. Yeah, I have to go to prison now to stay out of their fucking claws. They just keep going. They're like zombies that just keep running into your stuff until one of them breaks through. You know what I mean? They've got this fucking. They just keep going. It's relentless, just like almost like being invaded by snails, by slugs. These slimy little fucking, piece of shit. Worthless things. Yeah, it's like this, like ugh. Slow and disgusting and inferior. Yeah, it's just very, very strange. Trolls trying to bully you to death. Or, which I was thinking, like our government is compromised as fuck, right? Yeah, it's a bunch of idiots. So what I'm thinking is, what if our Secret Service has been conditioned by these compromised politicians? Because I got a feeling that the Secret Service has to come up with a certain amount of prevented terror strikes in order to convince the politicians to give them money, right? More money, or at least not less, right? Yeah. So they have to show them a sense of, well, terror threat. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, be careful, politicians, because look at this piece of paper. You know what I mean? There's numbers on there. And look at this, prevented the amount of terror strikes. Look at the amount of. That's a lot, isn't it? Yeah. Why don't you give me some fucking money, man? All right, it's basically just a very passive aggressive robbery. Yeah. Look at all the. Right. It's a bit desperate as well. Like a very desperate, passive aggressive way of begging. You know what I mean? You scared now? Yeah, give me some money. Why don't you give me some money? No. So they need prevented terror strikes. Right? This is like a thing now. There's a demand. Like we need. How are we gonna? You can almost hear their little fucking inbred brain. Think. Like, how are we gonna cause more people? To attempt to commit a terrorist attack. And there you go. You got a bunch of shitwit inbreds being hired by the Dutch Secret Service to troll people so that they become angry at the government or whatever, or the people, and decide to commit a terrorist attack. Because they hide. If I wouldn't have known about them, I don't know if I would have figured it out it was them. No, because it's, but I sort of knew. Yeah. I mean, I lured them out a little bit. Yeah, I sort of called them too once. Well, actually, it was more, but I was being followed already, in my defense. There was people following me. I think it was those fucking police, civilian police, and they were trying to run me up a tree, see what I would do, see if I would start running. You know what I mean? That thing when you pretend to run towards somebody, and if that person starts running, it's probably hiding something, so you can keep running, and if not, not. Like this strategy, just see if he starts running. Yeah. When I was like, what the fuck is this? Large people all of a sudden everywhere around me. With like a bit, like I got a bit of a hooligan vibe. I feel like being surrounded by just hooligans all the time. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. So I just, like a week later, I think called the Secret Service. I'm like, hey, listen, man, like, is it you that is on me or what? Something like this. And they were like, well, why would it be on you? I was like, well, I bought a very large air rifle recently, and I was suspecting some trouble with it already. So, I don't know exactly what I said, but something like this. And the guy was like, well, why would we be bothered with your air rifle, sir? It was a bit thick. It sounded a bit tired. I thought, well, it's a 9mm, 250 bar air rifle. Yeah, with a 9-round magazine and enough air to, I don't know, just gave him some specifications with the thing. I don't know exactly what he said. He still sort of wiped it off. But, it wasn't much later that they raided my home and stole all my shit, including my hand cannon. That's what I call it. And here in this country where I live, it's illegal to have firearms. Yeah, so I just bought myself an air rifle. There's no fire coming out of that thing. No. I don't know, man. It was just on the internet, man. Anyone could have bought it. It was all legal. I made a picture of my ID and everything. It was illegal. There was 2 or 3 different web shops in the Netherlands that I could buy this thing. I was like, this is probably all right. It's official stuff. It's lethal as fuck, yeah. But hey, I was a prepper, man. You know what I mean? And as a prepper, this is your life insurance, man. You know what I mean? It was accurate up to 100 meters. Shot a 9mm bullet right below the speed of sound for up to 100 meters. You can kill big game with this. You know what I mean? You can put down a cow with that thing. Yeah. If you hit it in the head. Hollow point bullets. I bought hollow point bullets with them. Yeah. Fucking insane, man. I called it my hand cannon. Obviously, the Secret Service was not delighted about me being in the possession of such a thing. No, yeah, but hey, what can I say, Hey, but I was already followed, yeah? All right, and I said, is it you that are sort of fumbling around? That's what I said. Yeah, I didn't say on me. No, I said, is it? So yeah, is it you that are messing around, fumbling around? Like they weren't good at what they do. I don't know why I did that. I mean, but this probably didn't land very well neither. No, but listen, you should be able to handle these sort of, passive aggressive little insults, man. Like as an organization, what, you going completely off the rails just because I said, fumbling? I mean, you're completely. And by the way, you haven't given me any examples the past 4 years that you're not fumbling around. I haven't seen anything but fumbling. Yeah. Okay, now. Anyway, I'm gonna go to prison soon. They've been trying to. I cannot even eat normally anymore. No. You know what they've done? The supermarket where I regularly go to, they put bags of that pre-cut soup vegetables. They put bags of prepared bags in the shelf right before I arrive. Yeah, and then me with my dumb face getting one of those bags, which contains, small rocks, pieces of iron wire. What I mean? Taking it back and, turning it into soup. This happened, I'm telling you. This was 3 different bags that have been containing, small rocks and well, there was an actual piece of iron. I saved it as evidence. It's still in there was rocks, there was chisels, there was this, what I mean. Yeah, I chew my food, so I didn't die. But you know what I mean. Yeah, this is attempted. And I went to the supermarket. I was like, hey, listen, I found this in your soup stuff. Yeah, well, okay. You want to have a free bag? No, I don't want to have a free fucking bag, man. This is attempted. I didn't say that, but you know what I mean. Do it look like I need a free fucking bag of soup? Oh man, this is what they want you to do. They want you to go screamy and off the rails so they can, arrest you. I didn't. I was like, yeah, well, and I was honest too. I said, like, I've got beef with the Justice Department, with the Secret Service. I've got reason to believe that it's these people that have been putting stuff in these bags, hoping that I would escalate, either do the same as they do, or become very angry at you, whatever. And they were like, well, sir, this is a bit of a strange story. You can send an email. Go ahead, you know what I mean. Bit of a strange story. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a strange fucking story, honey. But this is apparently what they do. Our so-called bodyguards. That are supposed to keep the civilization safe of fucking inbreds and the fucking inbred thing. Yeah. But this is apparently what they do nowadays. Yeah, putting shit in your fucking soup. Anyway. I'm gonna go to prison soon. I'm gonna fuck these bitches right up. Yeah, just from the inside out now. See if I can get some cooperation. Because the thing is, they have to work with the system. They have to stay hidden. They're a bit bitchy like this. Yeah, they don't just approach you. Well, actually, and this is what disappoints me. Because I heard that the Dutch Secret Service, at least, sometimes actually approached people in the streets when there was a terror threat or a terrorist suspect, just to prevent the whole thing from happening in the first place, including the foiling of the terrorist act. Is that what you say? The foiling or whatever? Well, preventing the terrorist strike itself. Just preventing everything. That's what I heard. That they just approach people. Yeah. And telling them, actually, if I'm like, listen, we're Dutch Secret Service, we know what you're up to. All right. Just so you know. Have a good day. And then they walk off. And you're like, what the fuck? All right, I'm not going to do my terror thing now, right? No, I just got bossed. I respected the Dutch Secret Service for this. I was like, that's good stuff. I like that. I like how you do that. You know, instead of waiting for that fucking thing to almost go and then be the tough guy from the James Bond movies and start running and shooting and shit and barely save the day. I like how you do that. I like how you just, you know, prevent the whole fucking thing, you know, together, all together. Yeah, but then me here, not seeing nothing, huh? Nothing. No. Well, they just start scaring you. See what happens. See if you contact your terror buddies or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what that's what I saw. Yeah, just a bunch of idiots that were just trying to scare me into contacting my suspected terror cell or whatever. You know, and this is insulting in more than one way. Because first of all, they think apparently I'm some sort of terrorist, right? Which, well, I'm actually on the other side. Yeah, I wanted to go with the army once to actually exactly fight this sort of things, you know, with the air, with the helicopter thingies. I'm not sure how you call it in English. No, but you know what I mean. Going in through the window instead of the door, sort of type of, you know, yeah. Why bother with the door? They didn't want me. On account of me being an idiot, probably, but still. You know, I'm on the good side, and now you think I'm a terrorist? You know how insulting that is. You know how insulting that is. And not just a terrorist, no, apparently a fuckwit terrorist that contacts its terrorist fucking buddies, you know, when it's being ran up a tree by a bunch of shit with inbreds. Huh? Yeah. Not just a terrorist, no. No, a dumbass too. You insulted me twice. Yeah. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all. No, this is how you deal with, this is how you deal with people? What's wrong with you, man? And I told her from the get-go, listen, I'm a prepper, man. I'm just preparing for shit going down thanks to your dumbass policies. Yeah, let me just do my thing. Idiots. You know? Let me just do my thing. But they didn't know. Nah, they destroyed my things. Yeah. And that's when I said, alright. You know. Yeah, I'm gonna take everything away from you now. Yeah. You know, because you're not handling your power responsibly. You're abusing it. You're misusing it. You're being stupid. And well, there you go. I told them we're gonna have a revolution. Yeah, well, ever since then, the Secret Service finds it necessary to, you know, to show me how well, special their agents are. Yeah. Yeah. Nevertheless, though, they can still function as cannon meat, and this is an issue. Yeah, later on, when you've got your greenhouse stuff, you're gonna be swamped with these people. They're gonna be provoking. They're gonna be, you know, misbehaving, breaking things, and not even hiding it. No, they're gonna do it right in front of your face, just to see what you're gonna do. Yeah, it's these sort of people. It's these sort of people, hiding in a little bunker and controlling a bunch of idiots, self-destructive idiots, that are gonna mess up your stuff. And they're gonna look at you with their dumb inbred eyes, almost, you know, begging you to murder them. Begging you to hit them, torture them, you know, do whatever you want to do with them. This is how they look at it. This is, you know what I mean? Self-destructive, you know, inbred programming. Yes, please kill me. Yes, do it. Why don't you fucking murder? Why don't you fucking murder? This is what they will look like. I've seen them. They want to be murdered because they're inbreds. All right? No, this is not what you're gonna do, obviously, because then you're gonna get yourself in trouble. All right? So, what do you do with them? Yeah, I've got some weird ideas. I'm just not sure if this is, really your sort of, you know, anonymous material. This is my own idea. Yeah, for some reason it feels weird telling other people to do it because it's a bit off. It's a bit, it's a bit extreme. Yeah, you could probably think of better solutions. Yeah, mine is called Asshole Island. Yeah, but that's specifically designed for special, well, exactly these people. Yeah, I'll tell you how I come up with this idea of Asshole Island. Yeah, I was just thinking ahead. Oh, like, all right, so we're gonna have a future revolution. We're gonna do stuff. They, as in the Secret Service, is gonna just be annoying about it. I knew them a little bit. I'm like, this is probably what they're gonna do. They're just gonna send people. They just keep sending people, so that we have to spend a lot of money on their humane capture. And if we don't, we can be neutralized through international law that says you have to take good care of your POWs or something. And this is war, right? We've got war. This is a clandestine war. War. That's what is going on. Yeah. Well, right now they're declaring war to me as we speak. Every day, these fucking shitwits do not surrender. Because they started this. You know what I mean? They went weird. You know what I mean? This is war. This is war. Unless they surrender. No. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have some POWs pretty soon. Prisoners of war. Now, how are we gonna deal without POWs? That's how you basically look at it. I was thinking Asshole Island. Yeah. Asshole Island is a place for assholes, obviously. But it's also a place where these assholes have to comply with a certain security protocol, which scans their, their assholes. Yeah, it's not like an iris scanner or a fingerprint scanner or whatever. No, there's going to be asshole. I don't know if this is going to be a problem. It's a bit of a disgusting piece of technology, I suppose, to develop. You know what I mean? But they've been very far with like they can give facelifts and iris implantations or whatever. I mean, they can change your fingerprint. They can change your fingerprint and everything. Yeah, but how many people do you think are in the business of? Well, you know what I mean. And that is why I think the asshole verification system, as it's called, is I mean, even with the current law still in place, I think you can do this. Yeah, this is security. These are Secret Service people. You know what I mean? Yeah. You have to be very, very careful with them. So you have to scan them a lot. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, not just once a day or something, just to make sure they're still there. No, at least 5 times, as I say. At least 5 times a day. I think you can just force them to, to present their asshole to our asshole scanners, right? Yeah, just make sure they're still there. Yeah, it's security protocol, man. And what's new? What's new? Prisons here use similar systems. Yeah, you have to show your asshole to them for some reason. I went to prison once before for some stuff I did to get into prison to kick the bottle. I was addicted to alcohol and all that stuff. So I was like, and the mental health people didn't think I was crazy enough. I was like, all right, let's go to prison. Yeah, set some cars on fire, and there you go. We go to prison. Now I'm gonna rob a bank, I think. Yeah, at least pretend to. I don't really. I'm not actually gonna. I'm just gonna put a piece of paper on the thing saying like, "Hi, this is a very serious bank robbery. I'm gonna be like a sarcastic. You ever heard of a sarcastic bank robbery? I'm gonna be. This is gonna be one of the first sarcastic bank robberies in the world, probably. Yeah, like, hi, this is a very serious bank robbery. Turn it in 19 million, please. Thank you. And then as an explanation at the bottom, like long story. Long story. Yeah, call the police, please. Something like this too. I mean, this is your ticket to prison. This is how you can get away from the claws of the Secret Service. And you go to a normal prison now, because they wanted to send me to the terrorist prison, that Azkaban, that Dutch equivalent of fucking Azkaban, where they suck your soul out by I don't know, bullying, trolling you all day long. In this place, normal prisons, they have to see your asshole only once. When you come into the prison. Yeah, you have to show your asshole only once. They call it a visitation, but I'm just gonna call it as it is. Yeah, they want to see your asshole just once, right? And there, the Azkaban prison, I want to see your asshole all day long. About everything. Yeah, if you go to your lawyer, you talk to your lawyer through a glass wall, so it's impossible to receive anything from that lawyer. If you talk to your lawyer through the glass wall, and you go back to your cell, there you go. They have to see your asshole. Why? Nobody knows. There was 2 guys with you the whole time. You couldn't have possibly been handed anything. Never mind. Shove it up your asshole. And still they want to see your asshole. Yeah. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's an inbred. Because inbreds, again, we go to source code programming. Like, if you want to avoid inbreds from creating new inbreds, how do you do that, huh? How do you do that? How do you? Because they've got this sexual urge all the time, right? They've got this usually sex addicted, just basically animals, no self control, just sheer, just primal urge to do shit that's not desired. So how do you prevent this fucking animal, basically, from reproducing? Exactly, you make it obsessed with the asshole instead of the vagina. Yeah, because that's not where babies come from the asshole, right? Asshole. Exactly. So that's probably why you've got your obsession with assholes. Yeah. Anyway, they find it necessary to see your asshole all fucking day. I heard about this through a lawyer from one of these people that went there. Yeah, he actually asked his lawyer to go on TV and tell the world about this atrocity. Yeah, that's how I learned about it. I'm like, oh, okay, apparently we've got ourselves a bunch of fucking inbreds on on Azkaban, being interested in assholes all day long. Nah. And there you go. You got yourself a perfectly fine reason. This is I think they say it's for security. I don't think they say it's just for fun, for shits and giggles, and to bully people. No, and to support their stable, need of rectums. No, they're not being honest about things at all. No, this is security. Yeah, it was for security, sir. Could you please show me your asshole? It's for security. Yeah. Just like my system is just for security as well, Your Honor. Yeah, it's just for security. 5 times a day. I want to know whether my assholes are still on asshole island or not. Right? Yeah. Now, how I'm gonna make sure that this is not gonna cost me a shit ton of money? Because I hear you think like this sounds like a costly operation, man. Like, we only have shitty jobs. How we're gonna afford, just the food for these people? Huh. Asshole Island is a very long island in the middle of a lake in the Netherlands, yeah? Well, at least it's going to be my asshole island. Very long lake. Very long island. Made of trash, probably. Yeah, it's building debris and pieces of asphalt and shit. Just trash, really. Garbage. Yeah. with some sand on it, and yada yada yada. Now there's going to be a structure on there that's going to keep it off the ground. Little sheeps just mowing the grass, and then there's going to be a very long, just one story construction that consists of glass boxes. This is where the people are being housed. Yeah, glass boxes being framed by steel stuff, very strong stuff, bulletproof, bomb-proof. Right? So you can see through them. No. I can imagine there's a lot of people interested in special assholes. Like, who are these special people that are, destroying this kingdom in their special way, right? Yeah. Let me see who these. And that's possible. You can take a look. You can get on my boat. I'm gonna have a boat. There's gonna be those binoculars on there. You know what I mean? Those sightseeing binoculars that are mounted to the railing. Yeah, if you put a little bit of money in there, you can look through them. And if you put even more money in there, you can take a screenshot. Yeah. You know what I mean? An analog screenshot. Yeah, you gotta adapt these machines. I mean, it's probably not that difficult. You just combine a Polaroid camera with that thing, and you're basically good, right? Now the sound is very important. When you take the screenshot, it has to make this old cash register sound, like ka-ching. You know what I mean? This is to mess with them. You know what I mean? So every time they hear that, they're like, "Oh, this fucking cunts are making money off of my asshole." You know what I mean? 5 times a day. These cunts are making money off of my ass. You go insane. They go insane like this. And this is what you need. You need people going absolutely batshit crazy over this. Especially people with the Secret Service. They're like, these fuckers are making money off of our cannon meat. They're not bleeding them dry. They're making money off of them. Stop, you know what I mean? Before you know it, they stop sending them. There you go. You got yourself a perfectly fine, calm greenhouse where you can produce a lot of ideas, share them, turn this planet into a paradise on Earth. You know, that's the goal, isn't it? Peace and paradise. Yeah. Now, there's a few issues. Like I said, we've got the intellectual parasiting factor. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where this comes from, but it has to be. It has to be in more than one way. It has to keep going. Yeah. Like right now, I've got reason to believe that there is a certain party involved when it comes to, telling us that planet Earth is basically a lost cause. Right? It's too late. All the quarter pipe statistics, you know them. You know, population, pollution, whatever. Everything is too much, and it's even going to get more. And it's all done. Right? It's all lost. Quarter pipe statistics. They go up, and should actually arc back upon themselves, if their estimates would actually be correct. Right? Yeah. Quarter pipe statistics. Try to demoralize everybody. Now, I think they're doing this to make us feel like we have to move away from this planet and therefore need technology to do so. A bit of a desperate move, almost like that Star Wars stuff with Princess Leia. A lot of nerds probably are in desperate need of Star Wars and technology to do so in order to be able to get laid with Princess Leia. Yeah, I know you don't want to admit this, but you deep down, that's how it works. You want to get laid with Layla, but you need technology to get Star Wars first. Because how else are you gonna get laid with Layla? Huh? Yeah, it's cheap. It's just cheap tricks, being used to enthusiast people, to come up with stuff that they need. Yeah, and by they I mean that extraterrestrial, factor. That's probably a thing. I'm not absolutely sure, but I think that's a thing. Well, now these are stick strategies, is what I call them. You have to come up with a technology You know, I mean, to get out of here, because otherwise you fucking drown on this earth. You know, because of the flooding that we're creating with the oil. You know, yeah, with the greenhouse effect and the melting polar caps and yada yada yada. You have to, oh, you have to come up with a decent technology to travel through space. And the other one too, like you have to, you know, come up with Star Wars stuff. Otherwise, well, you're not gonna get. Well, it's not really the stick. This is more like, what is it? Like a, you know, I mean, yeah. But you have to do this, otherwise you can't get laid with Lila. You know, the you know, what is it? The sex motivation. No, I want to try a different one. I'm gonna say like, not you have to, no, but if you're gonna want to. You're gonna want to, you know, come up with cool stuff. Yeah, because, well, there's gonna be a theme park on the moon. Yeah, you know, where there's only 1/7 of the Earth's gravity, so you can go to town. You know, I'm not sure how the G forces, what the G force, what the G forces feel like there. I think it's the same, isn't it? Wouldn't it be the same? I think it's the same. Yeah, so you can go down on that with roller coasters and whatnot. You know, I mean, a theme park on the moon with lasers on there and lights, so you can see it from Earth. Every time you're outside at night and you see the moon, and you see those lasers, you're like, oh shit, I wish I could do. You know what I mean? I want to go there, man. Fuck. I just really, really, really want to go there. Yeah. Yeah, but right now the technology sucks. You know, it takes, it's shitty. It's very expensive and stupid, but I want to do the moonwalk on the moon just for that. You know, fat people are probably very enthusiastic about that idea. Finally. You know, I mean, finally me, my morbidly obese ass, the moonwalk. All right, yeah. So you come up with technology, you start thinking about it. Like, how could we just go back and forth quickly? You know, instead of going interstellar, this is what these fuckwits want, you know. No, you do baby steps. You take baby steps. You know, I mean, first you go to the moon back and forth fast, you know, and be annoyed with the time it takes, and one faster, because we're spoiled, right? We want everything faster. You don't want to be on your way for 4 days just to get there, and then do your thing, and then be that's more than a week. You know what I mean? Just to go back and forth and having just 1 day there, that's stupid. It's a waste of time. Before you know it, people on their way are going to think of all kinds of ways to get there faster, right? Yeah, it's a carrot. It's a carrot. You basically just get the stick, you tie a rope on it, then tie a carrot on that and dangle it in front of the donkey. You know, it wants to go there. You know, don't have to hit it anymore. No, it wants to go there now. There you go. You got yourself a positive way, and no longer data falsifications. Because this is one of your major problems, isn't it? You intergalactic bunch of bitch-ass little fucking shitwits. Yeah, they say wisdom comes with age. Well, you know, I don't think that's necessarily true. Not when I look at your strategies. No, if you use the stick, people are not very enthusiastic about the whole situation and the way that you're using it, and so they falsify data. They're like, you know what, you fucking inbred aliens, you ain't getting my intellectual property. I'm gonna sabotage it because you don't deserve it. You know, you forced me in a passive aggressive way to serve you. You know, I don't think you deserve this. That's why I'm gonna fuck it up for you, so that if you're gonna try it out later on, it's not gonna work. Assholes. There you go. You got yourself a whole self-created army of people that falsify your shit, so everything is worthless. No? If you're wondering, you know, why you've got such an abominable, you know, if that's even a word, you know, research network, that's why. That's why. You've been looking for sabotage from within, right? You've been looking for people that are, you know, Secret Service people and whatnot to, you know, Like, why is everything not working? Yeah, well, why don't you look at your stick strategy? Hmm? Why don't you look at that? Yeah. Anyway. Well, there's another reason. Yeah, I'll be honest. I've got suspicions about the. I consider this almost to be comparable with the cancer research industry. You got space travel research, and you got cancer research, right? Now, both have got one thing in common. There's a lot of money coming in from a lot of desperate people, right? I'm not talking about just the Jews that are very scared about, everybody being onto them. And trying to find their way out through NASA. I think this is where this collective obsession with NASA comes from. I've been thinking, why is pretty much every Jew obsessed with NASA? What is that? What is that collective obsession with NASA? Like, and I think this is it. Like, like they're onto us, and we're gonna need a getaway vehicle, and fast. Yeah, man, and fast. And so they keep giving NASA money, right? Yeah. There's a lot of money coming in, a lot. Yeah, and as soon as they've got their vehicle, as soon as NASA says like, all right, people, and Jews, but we got ourselves, it's fine, we got it. Yeah, we got ourselves a massive space thing that you can flee with, so that's to avoid, appropriate prosecution for the sins that you committed. All right, all your money, all your Jew gold has been, have been invested in this magnificent evacuation vehicle, and everything is good. Now the Jews stop paying. They're like, all right, the goal is reached. Good. Now I'm gonna, put my money in the bank again and, do nothing with it. Just let it collect dust and then die, and then have the synagogue suck it up when I'm gonna try to bribe God. Be done with it. The average life of a Jew. Right? Yeah. Now, do you understand what I mean? They immediately stop paying you, and NASA would be like, oh shit, we don't get money no more now from scared little Jews. Ah shit. All right. Well, maybe we shouldn't have said it then, huh? That we actually achieved our goal, that we got manageable space travel technology and everything. Fuck. Should have thought it through. And that's probably what they did. They thought it through before this whole situation happened. Just like the cancer research industry. Like these people, they basically run on the money of dead cancer patients. People that died of cancer that said, here's my money, here's my cancer money. Please fix this so other people, don't get the same issue. Fix cancer. Here's my, why didn't you spend this money to fix cancer? Now, yeah, you probably, you got a sense where this is going, right? Yeah. If anyone, in this whole wide world, in this universe maybe, is, not benefiting from finding a cancer, a medicine against cancer, it is the cancer industry, the cancer research industry. Yeah. Yeah. I think people have died. I think people have murdered. Being ecstatic, like, guys, I found. There you go. There's one dead There's one more dead scientist that found the medicine against cancer and died shortly after. If anyone, is absolutely not interested in finding, the cure against cancer, is the cancer research industry. Yeah. I think people have died. Yeah. Strange, isn't it? How you can turn from good guy to bad guy. I hope that this whole industry, originated from good intentions, right? Yeah. And then you become, dependable on a stable amount of the result of the thing that you're trying to prevent, or cure. You are you cannot do without the thing that you're trying to fight. And this is what I was going with in the beginning when I said that, the only reason you stay together is because you've got this ongoing fight. You're depending on this fight. And therefore you might even, subconsciously, but still sabotage your operations. So you could, maybe not even subconsciously, now I'm thinking about it. Like if there's stuff going on within your organization and you think like there must be a case of this may be it. Not even some infiltration. Oh no, this may be it. Like somebody just knowing like the only reason we stay together is because we've got this ongoing fight. And if I'm gonna publish this thing that I discovered, we might be able to permanently end it, but we would be no longer brothers in arms. We would all go our own way and go back to our valleys and our kings, right? Like in the song. Yeah. Sabotage from within. With some strange good intentions. You just want to stay together, right? You just want to stay together. Yeah, you love it. You cannot do without it. You need it. You're depending on it. And boom, there you go. Sabotaging yourself. Whether you're NASA, whether you're the cancer research industry, whether you're anonymous or psychologist, you need what you're trying to cure, what you're trying to fight. You need it. I'm gonna see a psychologist, a psychiatrist soon. I'm not sure if I'm going. They invited me for today to do some. They wanted to see if they can get me to be admitted forcefully. Oh well, maybe not admitted, but that I need help. Yeah, I've been having a questionable few years, you can imagine. And it's a guy from the Secret Service that has been trying to, get me in contact with a psychologist, psychiatrist, just for them to say like, hey, listen, man, you're batshit crazy. I think I can talk my way out of it. I'm not sure. But most psychologists and psychiatrists, I can imagine, I don't really take them seriously because they probably have been educated improperly on purpose. Yeah, because if you could fix every patient permanently, you would kind of run out of patients pretty soon, wouldn't you? You're depending on the ongoing mental diseases they got, right? They keep coming to your practice. The pharmaceutical industry can keep, filling them up with their pills. They need to stay sick. And therefore you have been, trained improperly. There's been, you've been sabotaged during your whole training. Same thing, this is also, I'm not even joking. Like, these Secret Service people were so bad at even being bad that I was like, this is not normal. They're even bad at being bad, man. Like, what's wrong with this? What's going on here? Right? What's going on here? And that's when I figured out like there may be some sabotage within their training as well. Yeah, because starting to think like them, right? There's two reasons. One, it has to do with disinformation. The other has to do with shit, how was it again? I just had it. And disinformation, and the other one is I'll come up with this is the price you pay for fucking weed. You get creative But you forget a lot of stuff. Alright, disinformation. Let's do that one first, yeah? Oh, anyway. Yeah, I was thinking like them. Like, alright, so what if I'm a Secret Service? Right? Disinformation, placing of disinformation is a very common thing, right? They do this. They try to convince the enemy that they may have some technology or whatever that is way beyond their stuff, just to basically intimidate them, scare them a little bit. You know what I mean? Put them on the wrong foot. Or maybe do the other way around. Like, no, we really suck at this. Yeah, you shouldn't really try to attack us that way because we suck at that. And then boom, they get trapped. Right? You know, this stupid psychological warfare tricks. Now, how do you get this disinformation? Oh yeah, the money. The other one, very important one. All right, we're going to continue the disinformation. How do you plant disinformation in a credible way on enemy hands? You cannot just write a piece of paper and shove it underneath one's door, right? No, you look stupid like that. We've got a death ray. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. No, you need to be credible. So what do? All right. So you this is what I thought of. Not everybody obviously, but some people within the Secret Service, you just train them improperly. You just fuck up their training, and you feed them with disinformation during this period with bullshit. Oh yeah, we do this and we can do that and yada yada yada. And the agents are like, really? Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know that. Yeah, oh yeah, and this and that and yada yada yada. Trained, made to be broken on enemy side. Yeah. Well, you know, listen, these people are pragmatic. These people are cold. These people are inbreds. These people love the idea of, making somebody that's going to be tortured to death in some foreign country. Yeah, why don't you come here? Here's another room where we've got all kinds of interesting toys. Yeah. Some piece of shit witch, some sadistic inbred, that is training someone that is meant to deliver disinformation in enemy hands. Yeah. Yeah. It's an ugly business. I don't know why they still do that thing, really. I don't know why they just say like, hey, listen, man, let's just call it quits before we become even more worse than the beast that we're trying to defeat. You know what I mean? That's just because we've been lowering ourselves to their level and, below at some. Yeah, because come on, man. You know what I mean? And you don't say anything to the people. You just leave them. You just let them be victimized by everybody. You don't train them. You don't school. You don't do nothing. You just sit there with your fuckwit bodyguard face, allowing the people to be shredded by these Secret Service people, but the bad kind. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? Yeah, but then we cannot use our magic anymore neither if we read on theirs. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Asshole. And why don't you just go fuck yourself? You simple-minded fool. Yeah, we just sit here with our dumb fuckwit faces, just watching this catastrophe unfold without informing the people and or training them. You're such a waste of motherfucking space. That's what you are. You passive-aggressive, fake bodyguard. That's what you are. Yeah. You're the shittiest bunch of, I loathe you. I loathe you. And I said it before and I'll say it again. Until further notice, if it's up to me, you're hellbound. Yeah. You're trying to trap the people. I think I'm onto you. Yeah, some intergalactic fucking thing, where you can harvest the ones that have been misbehaving, and you are constantly creating anger and irritation among the people, so they misbehave, hoping that all these people, can be harvested and can be, dealt with in some intergalactic hell or something. Yeah, why don't you? Yeah, well, tough tits. Not gonna happen. You are going to hell, and you're not gonna go to that place, because I know that's where you come from. You shit for brain, piece of shit alien. You ain't going nowhere. Space is on lockdown pretty soon. Yeah, and your dumbass is gonna go through hell on Earth. Oh yes. Starting with Asshole Island. Asshole. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere. No. You ain't going nowhere. Neither are these people. I don't know what you've been up to. I don't like it at all. You're being disqualified. You're being neutralized. And that little piece of shit plan you got going on the other side of the moon, yeah, you can forget about that one too. You're not gonna pretend to be aliens and still dominate this planet with your fucking inbred shit. There's gonna be peace on Earth, and you're just gonna sit there and accept that. And we're gonna produce more intellectual property than this fucking thing has ever seen. And we're not gonna keep it a secret. No, we're gonna share it. We're gonna perfection it. We're gonna have a worldwide network that's gonna support an intellectual property factory. Yeah. And you, with your dumb fucking face, well, you're gonna be very ashamed. Yeah. And you're gonna be wondering why you didn't come up with this simple plan. Huh? Yeah. I'll give you the answer. You're an inbred. Inbred. That's why. You're not intrinsically motivated to come up with stuff that is useful for creating things. Now you just like to break stuff. You like to break stuff. You don't like to make stuff. It makes you feel annoying in your tummy, doesn't it? Yeah, you only feel good when you break things. In bread, especially when you drink alcohol. Right? That's why you suck at what you do. You've got a self-destructive inbred programming. Everything you do has got this built-in thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. There's a few other things that we have to think about. There's the space travel, prioritization, very important, intellectual property. Gold. Yeah, we don't really need it yet. It's like uranium, lots of potential energy in there, I think. Yeah, I read about it. It was some fiction book, but I did, it sort of made sense to me. Like, what if that's actually? There was something else. They did some other weird shit with it. I'm not sure what I have to, turn into some powder or something. I don't know what to think about that, but I can believe sort of that gold, just like uranium, contains a lot of potential energy. They say they're not sure how gold is produced, but they think it's because of two neutron stars colliding or a supernova, imploding star. Whatever the case, a lot of energy. A lot of energy has been used to produce the stuff. So if you can reverse that process, well, yeah, lots of potential energy for propulsion, heating, and or weaponry. Gold. It's they need it, and anyone that digs for it can prioritized. Let's just call it like that. You know what I mean? Like I know something about computers. Like in the old days when the computer was froze up or something, I did Control-Alt-Delete, and you get that screen where you can choose stuff like to end certain tasks and whatnot, just to make it less busy. I like that. You know what I mean? You can just, I think, and you could also change the priority: high, medium, and low. You know, high priority, medium priority, or low priority. All right. You want to get yourself a higher priority, you know, as a whole, not like as a individual, as a whole. So you don't just want to dig for intellectual property, you also want to dig for gold. Now, I'm not sure, but I can imagine that most people that are affiliated with Anonymous are a bit, well, you know, physically underdeveloped. You know what I mean? Bit floppy maybe, bit skinny. You know, not very strong or fit. No, I'm not very fit at the moment neither, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I'm not floppy or too skinny. No. But you know, there's room for improvement, definitely. Now, what I was thinking is this: you gotta get in shape, right? You feel good about it. You feel more confident. Well, your general, you know, body is just in better condition, and well, body and mind, you know, I mean, are balanced, and so your mind is probably going to work a lot better as well, right? You got to get in shape. You got to do it in a way that you don't feel like you're wasting your time in a gym, wasting your time and your money. So what are you going to do? You're going to make your own gym. Yeah. You don't necessarily have to go to a gold mine to dig for gold. No. What you got to do is you got to get the ore. You know, you can dig for nuggets. You could do that. Yeah, but you know, the gold ore is I think is an interesting option to also get in shape during the gold digging. There's a little bit of gold in there, not a lot, no, but it's not the point. You want to get strong, right? And you want to dig for gold, sort of. Yeah. So what I have got this idea, a very strange idea. It's a free fitness center. You can make it anywhere in the world. You can franchise it. It's a free fitness center, actual free. Like you don't have to pay nothing. Nobody has to pay nothing to get into this gym. You know, there's a lot of gyms that say you only have to pay like €7 a month, something to, you know, whatever. Ours is for free, 100% free. You don't get nothing neither. Well, maybe a smoothie, some protein smoothie or something after you're done, something like this. But you know, it's for free. Why? Well, because with every exercise you're doing, you're crushing gold ore and turning it into powder. And you know what I mean? So we can separate the gold from the powder. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's a lot of work involved, man. So we're going to need a distribution system to bring the gold ore to the fitness centers and bring the powder back to some location, you know, where we separate the gold from the earth, right? Yeah. This is a very good reason to build yourself your own distribution network. So you're no longer depending on that bullshit the Kabbalah is exposing us to. You know, that trading network that got taken over by inbreds. Yeah, you want to be independent of this because they're using it as a weapon. I've seen them doing it. Yeah, they're using the network as a weapon. So you want to be 100% independent of all their stuff. You want to write them off the page. Why? Because they're using it as a weapon. I'm telling you, if there's going to be stuff going on like, oh, we cannot get this or that, oh, that's too bad. That's probably the Kabbalah. All right? Passive-aggressively using their monopolized position as a weapon. You have to be 100% independent. So you need your own distribution network. Now, how do you do this? Well, you got to give the right example. It's very heavy, right? Bags of gold ore. So you're gonna need a truck. Maybe, you know, a bit like those. It's not very interesting to steal this stuff because there's relatively, well, there's not a lot of money in there. So security-wise, you don't really have a problem. It's still a bitch to separate the gold from the, you know what I mean. But it has to be very heavy. And I think it also has to be solar flame proof. Yeah. You don't want to have your distribution network being shit-faced after a solar flame, do you? And that thing is going to come at some point in time, you know that. Yeah, that EMP is going to wipe away the electric grid. Yeah, and if we're not properly prepared, everything is going to shit. Right? That's one of the things I was preparing for as a prepper. Yeah. But hey, you know, trucks. Trucks that can carry very, very heavy loads. And trucks that run on, I think, hydrogen combustion engines. So not those hydrogen engines that turn hydrogen into electricity and then turn that into motion. No. Hydrogen combustion engines. Not sure how the technology is, but that's what you're gonna need. You're gonna give the right example, and you're gonna do it in a nice way. You know what I mean? Like I like green, you know what I mean? Like responsible stuff, but I don't like cars that whistle when they drive by. And that's what I hear with these electric little bitches. They whistle when they drive by. I don't need a whistling truck full of gold ore. You know what I mean? No, I want to hear the thing before I see it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you're going to need a hydrogen combustion engine with some trumpet underneath there or something, you know what I mean, to make it sound a little bit meaner than it already is. You know what I mean? Yeah, a badass thing. You know what I mean? So we're going to need badass trucks. Strong. Very, very, very strong. Badass trucks. Strong enough also to just move cars out of the way in case a solar flame does hit and these idiots haven't adapted to it. Yeah, we just you know, very, very strong. Alright? We can use this to transport our stuff and clean the roads again when these fuckwits, you know, have cars that broke down. Very, very strong. Now we're gonna need ships as well. Again, hydrogen combustion engines or maybe steam engines, I was thinking actually. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, like, why not go old school too? You know, just for shits and giggles. Why not just get a steam engine and produce the steam with a hydrogen flame? Huh? It's just for fun. You know what I mean? Very, very old school. It's very cheap too, probably. Very old school, very cheap way of you know, propelling yourself through water. Now, I was thinking not like one of those screws at the back. I was thinking either one big, almost like a tank, how do you call that? Tank tracks? Sort of tank tracks, yeah, but either two on the sides or one large one in the middle. I'm not sure what's the most. I think one large one in the middle is probably, I don't know, it feels like that could be faster and easier, otherwise you need two engines. Steering is a little bit, you know, troubling as well then and stuff. I would just do one large one in the middle. You have to buy new. You have to, you know, make your own ship now. But that's all right. I'll do like one large one in the middle. But then again, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, you're gonna be like higher and lower in the water. You know, when you don't have. Well, there's a good reason to take a lot of weight back as well. Then I suppose. And we need soil. No. In Africa, that's the thing. That's where we're gonna get the gold ore from, right? Yeah, we get it from Africa. We bring it to our fitness centers. We crush it, you know, get the gold out, and well, you know what I mean. Yeah. So, yeah. But and we're gonna need soil there too, like fertile soil, because a lot of like the Western Sahara. That's where I want to sort of start some harbor thingy, you know. There's no fertile ground there. You cannot grow nothing, and I want to grow a lot of weed. Yeah, I want to have weed farms there. Yeah, you know, a lot of less sunlight. There's nothing there. Nobody lives there, you know. I mean, it's, you know, you can grow as much as you want. Yeah, there's some salt farms. We can get the water from there, you know, the condensated water that comes from there. Yeah, but you need soil though, right? So I was thinking, like, we bring gold ore there and bring soil back, not just to keep the level of the boat even. No, but you know, we're gonna do that anyway. Yeah, but it helps too with the tracks. Yeah, because I was thinking like, why not just make tank tracks with pedals on there that sort of push us through the water instead of this one rudder, propelling us. You know what I mean? Like these very old steam engines, they had two of these wheels on the side, right? These two pedal wheels on the sides that turn around, and that's what make them go. Yeah, I was thinking like, but that's only that's a pretty small area that you're using then, isn't it? So I was like, why not make a tank track? And like all, on the sides, either in the middle or this. I think just the sides is probably better. Yeah, so you can actually, it doesn't matter then whether you're high or low in the water. I mean, you could just attach it to poles on the side, so it automatically goes up and down. If you get like a floater in the middle, which is obviously the case. Yeah, so basically the tank tracks with pedals on there on the entire, the whole length of the boat, right? And then a steam engine that's gonna. This is very simple, It's just a very simple motion that needs to be made. It's not complicated at all. There's no axis. There's no just fuck it. Just direct. I don't know. I'm sure how you call it, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So why not use steam? Yeah. Right. And now we can bring gold ore to our fitness centers. Bring agricultural ground to the Western Sahara, but also other places around Africa. So we can start wheat farms, but also bamboo. Stuff we can do stuff with. Now there's a lot of sunlight, but there's also a lot of sandstorms. So I was thinking in the Western Sahara, maybe we can like build a greenhouse with a infrared reflecting coating on there. I saw that's a thing. You can basically reflect heat while letting the rest of the sunlight go through. Yeah, so your wheat gets a lot of sunlight, and yet it's colder inside than outside. All right, because all the heat is being reflected. Yeah. Now this could be an interesting way to protect your wheat from because there's a lot of wind probably, and one sandstorm, all your wheat is gone. I think. I don't know exactly, but I can imagine that's the case. Yeah. Now what I was thinking is, because there's probably going to be a massive flood wave at some point, a monster tsunami triggered by a nuclear bomb off the coast of La Palma. That's an island off the coast of the Western Sahara. That island is basically a volcano. If that thing goes, then half the island slides into the ocean, resulting in a massive water displacement heading towards the east coast of America. I heard about this once on some documentary about world disasters, potential world disasters. Now, this is one of their things. And you know how America deals with their issues? Yeah, so they want to prevent this water displacement by detonating a nuclear bomb at the same moment as this island slides into the ocean. You know what I mean? And this is how they hope to prevent the tsunami that would come their way. Now, when they detonate that thing, it's off the coast of La Palma. It's gonna bounce to the Western Sahara. Yeah, Americans, they don't give a fuck about nothing, right? No. We have to prepare for this. I was thinking of seaweed farms anyway. I mean, might as well use them to create a buffer zone in order to be able to take that wave without massive losses. All right. Seaweed is very good for it's very healthy. It's a very healthy food. It's a superfood, they say. It's also for bodybuilders. It's a very nice thing to add to your food. You can powderify, if that's the word. You can powderify seaweed and then sprinkle it on your food, because there's like 15% protein in there and almost no fat. Yeah, so for bodybuilders, that's king. You know what I mean? That's brilliant stuff. So, we want to grow a lot of this stuff. It's gonna be, yeah, you can sell this for a lot of money. Yeah, and use it yourselves. Now, I'm not sure how tall this wave is going to be. I have no idea. No, but I think about a kilometer of buffer zones should probably do it. You know, what I mean, like got like 10 buffer zones, each 100 meters apart, and in between the basins, a massive pile of rubble that we dug out to create the basins. You know what I mean? Yeah, you wanna slice this wave in pieces. You know what I mean? And I think if you slice it in 8 or 9 little pieces, there's not gonna be much left, right? And then, well, you should be all right. Yeah. So inland, you don't want to have your harbor at the coast. That's what I'm trying to say. No, you don't want to have your harbor at the coast. You want to have it inland. You want to dig an artificial channel, make an artificial sea or a lake or whatever, and then put your harbor in there, and then dig channels from there all across Africa. That's the idea. We're gonna turn Africa into the trading a new trading network. You know what I mean? And while doing that, the Kabbalah can keep doing their inferior thing, and we become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and just write them off the page. You know what I mean? Us and our hydrogen boats, you know what I mean? We're gonna be faster, we're gonna be better, and there's gonna be more of us than of there and their little rusty little oil ships. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna order that bullshit anymore. Fuck the Kabbalah. That's what people are gonna say when they see our stuff. Where right now they ain't got no other option. There's no competition. You have to ship your stuff through their inferior little shitwit inbred network. Right? You're offering competition. You're offering a better option, and therefore you will be chosen. You know, by a lot of companies that will just say goodbye to those self-destructive little piece of shit inbreds and say, let's go, you know, into a responsible future, and let's ship our stuff with those hydrogen things. You know what I mean? Now there's a couple of ideas I've got with it. Yeah, when you go intercontinental, for example, I was thinking, well, yeah, I've got a bunch of different ideas actually. Yeah, I'm not sure where to start. But I also want to make it funny, almost, of a funny, like nice, like exciting. That's maybe a better word. I want to make trading into a sort of an exciting thing. Yeah, so I was thinking, like, what if we just add boosters? You know, we make special boats. No, those ships that go through the canals now, like actual, like really big ones, and we add boosters to them, so that if there's like a emergency delivery or there's like headwinds or whatever, you can fly there with planes and you can drop hydrogen boosters, and the ship can pick it up while it's going. People can drag it on board and then attach it to the ship, and then you've got some massive rocket or something. I'm telling you, like actual rockets. You know, just almost like nitro. You know, and for cars, you know, you just boost your ship, so it's sort of almost like, you know, I mean, a rocket just going vertically. Yeah, just shit like this. You know, why not, man? Why not add that thing to it? It's funny. You know, you need planes that fly on hydrogen. You know, I mean, you know, coordinated drop. It's exciting now, isn't it? It's not just this boring, you know, taking shit from one place to the other. No. This is a coordinated operation, man. Like, we got to be on time. We got to deliver boosters because there's fucking wind. You know, we got to send planes. We got, you know, what I mean, it's nice now, isn't it? It's an operation. It's not just some boring transaction. No. This is cool now. All right. Now, how are we going to produce the hydrogen for our network? You can do this several ways. Let's start with fixing a problem and receiving stuff. I mean, I'm not sure how you say this in English, but you know, you're fixing something and you're doing yourself a favor at the same time. You heard about that permafrost thing, right, in the Arctic Ocean? The methane that's bubbling up. Yeah. Now, this could be a problem, right? Because methane is a lot more potent when it comes to being a greenhouse gas than CO2. This could be a big problem. I consider this to be an opportunity because, in my opinion, there's free gas bubbling up, and I don't have to drill anything. There's free gas bubbling up. All we got to do is capture it and transform it into hydrogen. So I was thinking artificial, almost like a city of ice. It's not very difficult. You just release pressurized gas through a spiral, copper or whatever, and it will turn into a freezing element. Yeah, this is what I saw on the internet. It's so simple. Yeah, just press the right, like when you refill your lighter, you get this ice, this frosty layer on the thing on the end, right? Well, that's basically your freezing element. Yeah, I sometimes wondered, like, what is this? Why does it get cold? But I didn't care really. I was like, well, whatever. But I saw it, and then I read about it. I'm like, all right, so this is how you freeze stuff, huh? You just release pressurized gas, doesn't matter what. And then I go, okay, well, fine. Let's just release some pressurized gas through a spiral, and just a whole bunch of them, and connect them together, and make like an artificial ice shelf, and make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then toss it in the Arctic Ocean and keep growing it, make it like lens shaped so it can contain a lot of methane, and then make one hole in the middle that we can use to release it through and burn it, turn water into steam into electricity, and electricity into hydrogen. And boom, right? No. No, that's one way. You can toss you can just toss them into the Arctic, find the hot spots first. With scanners and stuff, you scan like where's the most methane bubbling up, and then obviously you go there first, and then you can become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now there's other ways. You can go geothermal. For example, Yellowstone supervolcano is a good example which is a problem that can be used in a good way. We have to be careful because the Satanists probably buried a nuclear bomb there to blame you for detonating that thing while you're digging some hole in order to use the heat from the supervolcano to turn water into steam into electricity, and electricity into hydrogen. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's an issue. Yeah, used as a dead man's trigger probably, so you gotta be careful. No weird things. And you got to spread that word as well. So they are not very enthusiastic about triggering it, because they like to hide behind stuff. They like to not be held responsible for things. So you have to really keep repeating that. And the Satanists probably using Yellowstone as a dead man trigger, but we're still going to see if we can diffuse it. Why? Because if that thing goes off, the Earth will be covered in a layer of ash, the atmosphere. A layer of ash for about 7 to 10 years, that's what I think. Will kill most life on Earth. This is not a desired situation, obviously, despite of the overpopulation. Why? Because they've got this artificial, unnatural selection plan going on. Yeah, there's a decent way we can fix this overpopulation problem. We just have to talk about things, stimulate people to get themselves sterilized and whatnot. It's fine. It's good. We can do this. Never mind all those people that can live in those ice cities in the Arctic. Obviously, we're going to cover it up with a nice dome. It's going to be nice and summery, warm all the time. You can go to work on your skates while wearing shorts, on your ice skates while wearing shorts. It'll be paradise on Earth. Trust me. Overpopulation is not a thing. This is not necessary at all. That's what they're trying to make you feel like, because they want to create havoc. They want to create chaos and a hell on earth. They want us to see how we eat each other, so only the cannibals are left. You know what I mean? And they want to have these two-faced little piece of shit inbreds being selected to survive on account of them, I don't know, doing volunteer work in a homeless shelter, which they love because they feed on the negative energy of the people there, or they donate money to charity, which they get back in more than one way.
you know, marketing, but also gifts. You know what I mean? Two-faced little piece of shit inbreds that try to weasel their way through this selection process. You know, if this thing goes, be very careful for this. You know, be aware of these subhumans, you know, that try to weasel their way through the selection process. You cannot go metadata on that. Absolutely not. If you're an extraterrestrial rescue team on its way, I'm telling you right now, you better throw away everything you know. You are not going metadata on this bitch. Oh no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, what we can do to diffuse this thing is we can, well, like I said, turn it into a geothermal power plant. That might help. We could also dig out an artificial channel. That's going to be a lot of work to make an artificial ocean on top of the supervolcano. So when it goes, it's just a bubbly bunch of mud rather than a mass extinction event. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe both, but maybe a different one as well first, because first we've got to dig the channel. That's going to take a lot of time, right? You're going to have decades and decades. You're going to need to dig a channel from the ocean, probably the west coast, to, where is it, like where Idaho, Omaha, and, you know, one other state, you know, come together. Somewhere there. It's very thousands of kilometers. Yeah, but hey, listen, this is a worldwide, you know, thing. If this thing goes, you know, it's pretty much over. Yeah, so you want to avoid this at all costs. I'm talking artificial channels. We can dig it by hand. The Americans can use their, well, about to expire bombs to start digging from the ocean. Obviously, you don't want to use your bombs near the volcano. No, but you can use your bombs to loosen up the ground near the coast and start digging the channel that way. Listen, if you're not doing fuck all, guess who is going to be mainly responsible, held mainly responsible for the shit show that happens afterwards? This is your fucking backyard, America. You either deal with this or we'll deal with you. All right? And no, we're not going to invade you or shit like this. No, we're going to isolate you. Boycott you, dumbass. That's what you do with a kid that's not doing what a kid is supposed to do. And that's what you're behaving. You're behaving like a kid. Yeah, like a dumbass fucking kid. You know, destroying shit everywhere and not fixing stuff in your own backyard. You wanna play police all over the world? Pretend to be the good guy? Why don't you fix your own shit first, huh? There's a massive time bomb on your soil. You're turning it into a fucking national park. You gave the goddamn fucking thing a post office, I noticed. What, you want us to, what, write her an angry letter? Is that your fucking plan with a super volcano? Write her an angry fucking letter? Goddamn fucking wanky. Yeah, you bunch of compulsive masturbating shitwits. You're either gonna dig me a goddamn fucking channel or you're gonna be boycotted. Alright? Yeah. Fucking idiots. National park. You go fuck yourself. Now listen, a lot of people go there because of the geysers, right? There's geysers that squirt up the water. What you're looking at here is basically a supervolcano trying to cool herself down, almost like a dog just being overheated, just flopping its tongue in the street, hoping somebody would just toss some bloody water on it. You know what I mean? This is an exhausted volcano trying to cool herself down, and a bunch of fucking nobodies making pictures, you know what I mean, with this extinction event. You know what I mean? In the background. Yeah. Now, this is the situation, yeah? This is what I read. There's about 8 kilometers deep. There's this water pocket. A very large, superheated water pocket cooling down a magma chamber that's underneath there. The supervolcano. Right? Yeah. Now, a while ago, a bunch of people from NASA, not NASA cell, but a bunch of scientists that used to work there, they offered a plan to do something about this. Yeah, they wanted to dig like a $5.6 billion hole in the ground and see if they can rush more water in there so they can refresh the water pocket. You know what I mean? So that the geysers would spit out fresh water instead of the old water. Something like this. Well, actually, no. They just wanted to turn it into a geothermal plant, I think. Anyway, I'm not sure what their plan was, but they wanted to refresh the pocket, cool it down, and make some money in the process, I think. Now, I don't know why you would have to dig a new hole, man. Like what? There's already holes. There's already coming out. There's already water coming out, right? Yeah. So why don't we just map those geysers and see how they work underground with like, colored water or something. You know what I mean? You chuck some water in there. You build a water tower around it so you can create some pressure, and you color you add some color to the water, and you see what happens when you chuck it down there and where it bubbles up. You can make a map of this underground network then, right? Now, if you found the right geyser that can go the deepest, you just keep chucking it full of cold water. Just that one will probably do. The one that goes deepest. You just keep chucking it full of cold water, make a massive water tower above it, and then, well, it will, hopefully it will just come out through the other geysers. All right? Yeah. Very, very unsatisfying probably for tourists. Like, why are my geysers not geysing or whatever? Yeah, well, we're trying to save the fucking world here. Yeah, why don't you give us a break, man? Well, I want to take a picture with squirting geysers. That's why I fucking came here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, just ignore them. Yeah. You just chuck one of these things full of water. The rest will flush through, yeah? I don't know if this is gonna work. No, but you gotta, at least do something while we're digging. There's a lot of these bombs that America created after the Second World War, hoping they would be able to use them in the Third World War, making them motivated to initiate a Third World War. I don't need, you fucking wanky, I don't need a Third World War because of your goddamn fucking stupid bombs, about to get expired. All right? I know this is how you think, you simple-minded little fucking inbred. I know this is how you think. Like, we've got a bunch of bombs. Do we want to use it? We made it. Cost us a lot of money. We don't want to just let them rot away. So, who is up for a Third World War, huh? Yeah, why don't you go fuck yourself? Huh? Why don't you go fuck yourself? And try not to get pregnant during the process, huh? Because I don't like to see, that mentality spreading, throughout the future. You absolute idiot. You're absolute idiot. And I know how you think, because I'm a bit of a prepper too, right? Yeah, you've got your stuff, you're ready, and you want to show off, right? Yeah, you want to be able to use all those things. You prepared, right? And now you want to use it. Yeah, well, fuck you. All right? Fuck you. You're gonna use those bombs to dig me a fucking channel from the west coast to the super volcano. Yeah, that's what you're gonna spend your bombs on. And if there's something left, you can loosen up the ground a little bit in the Western Sahara, where I'm gonna make my little artificial sea. Yeah, I'll toss some cars and buses on the places where you can bomb. Yeah, so you can break some shit with your inbred brain. Okay? You're gonna initiate a Third World War? That's on you. That's on you. I'm not talking about the 300 million plus Americans. No, not those fucking fools. The organization behind this. Yeah, and America has just been used as a distraction. I'm talking Israel. I'm talking Saudi Arabia. I'm talking Switzerland. I'm talking about all the other cunts that have been concocting this little fucking shit with plan. Your entire empire will be destroyed. Everything. including that shit show on the other side of the moon. You will lose everything and pay the price for what you have created. Hell on earth. Remember these words, inbreds. You will lose everything. All right? All right. Now, there was another way I was thinking of how you can produce hydrogen. We've got a supervolcano, we've got the Arctic. Gas stations. I was thinking gas stations, but unconventional gas stations, because I don't trust gas stations. Way too vulnerable. Right? Yeah. And not very mobile. Because I want to be able to deliver fuel anywhere. I don't want to be depending on roads or, shit like this. I want to be able to deliver fuel everywhere. So what can we do? We just produce it in the sky. Yeah, well, at least mainly, yeah. Above the clouds. One of the largest issues with solar panels is clouds, right? Clouds block the sun. Yeah. So I was like, why accept this annoying thing in our lives? And why not just make a floating platform, a hovering platform above the clouds? Zeppelins connected to each other, covered in solar panels, so it doesn't really matter where the sun really comes from. Just the whole thing, or the top at least, just covered with solar panels, connected with each other, just hovering there. Just hovering there, connecting, obviously being connected to the ground with one or more massive cables. Yeah, which guides electricity, but also hydrogen. Like cables within a cable. Hydrogen is electricity going downwards, creating hydrogen on the ground, and then hydrogen is being pumped upwards to fill the tanks that can be brought downwards with gliders, mainly. Yeah, planes, gliders. You could think of all kinds of vehicles to do that. Right, so you're high up in the sky. You're getting your order. You need to deliver 2 or 3, tanks there. All right, there you go. You glide downwards. Make little circles or whatever, and land smoothly. Deliver your stuff, and then you shoot yourself back upwards with a rocket or something. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Your own personal jetpack thing, sort of. Like a massive. So it's a bit fun as well to do. You don't want this thing to go boring. So you want to launch yourself every time you delivered something. You can, like like a rocket. You can go back up the platform and get yourself a new package and deliver it. Now that's a delivery job I would even like to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was thinking, why not just make gas stations like this? And a whole bunch of them, so we can cover the entire planet eventually, if it's up to me. Yeah. We boss them. We don't, like I'm talking about the oil industry and stuff. You don't fight them and say like, hey, listen, you stupid man, stupid people. You have to put better filters on there and yada yada yada. You got to stop suppressing other initiatives and and all that. You can bitch about it. Sure, you can go ahead and bitch about it, but also just boss them. Be better than them. Offer a better alternative. In every way, not just fuel-wise, because it's the most superior fuel there is at the moment. I think hydrogen. It's cleaner than clean. There's no. It's a beautiful fuel. Yeah. So it's not just superior in that way. No. You make it superior in the way you deliver it as well. You know what I mean? You boss them. You're not that little bitch. No, you boss them away. You'll be better in everything they do. And they'll make way. Right. All right. So now there's another issue that I want to discuss with you guys. The planet's rotation. Okay, it's an issue. We're turning slower and slower and slower, mainly because of the moon and the tides. Right, every time water is being dragged inland, there's a lot of force. Planet turning a little bit slower afterwards. Every day, she turns a little bit slower. Okay, now we have to do something about this, otherwise she's gonna stop. She's gonna stop turning. Now this is a situation you don't want to have because, for obvious reasons. So what do you do about this? I've been thinking. I've had some weird solutions, and I think I got this, but I got one that might actually work. Yeah, we can mix it with the gold digging, with turning ore into powder. Now, there was a game I used to play, GTA, and I used to drive a lot of tanks in there. I like driving tanks. And sometimes when I wanted to drive faster, because tanks they're really slow. So sometimes when I had to go a long way, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna point my gun backwards, and I'm gonna keep firing, so that the kick of the cannon is propelling me forwards, and it worked. Yeah, it looks stupid. People were probably wondering, oh, what's the issue with this guy with stuff that's behind him? Well, no, it was just me just going a little bit faster than. Yeah. So I was thinking, why not just try something similar with planet Earth rotation and point a whole bunch of massive cannons in the same direction, so that they shoot cannonballs, against the rotation of the Earth. So the kickback, propels Earth forward a little bit. Now, I was thinking just kick massive cannons. A mixture of hydrogen and oxygen to detonate the chamber behind the cannonball. That's bang gas. I call it bang gas. See if that works. Then the cannonball is being ejected out. Boom. The kickback is speeding up the rotation of the planet. The cannon is rolling through a I'm still not sure what you call a gully. Like a fucking, I don't know how you call it, just a thing where it can roll and it doesn't go out of, you know what I mean, like a half a circle in the ground where the cannonball is rolling through, right? A ditch, let's call it a ditch. Cannonball rolling through a ditch with gold ore laying in there, and then eventually going upwards on a rail, like a quarter pipe, going upwards and then going downwards again, rolling back into the cannon. So it loses its force upwards into the sky. You know what I mean? That last little kinetic energy that's left, it loses its force there, goes back into the quarter pipe, rolls through the ditch, back into the barrel, ready to be detonated again. Now this process can be automated. This can just go boom, boom, boom. You don't have to be there. No. It can go on and on and on while reducing your ore into powder. And speeding up the planet rotations, the planet rotation in the process. It's good. You need a lot. Let's be honest about this. Yeah, you need a massive amount of cannons to just compensate for the water being dragged inland all day long. Yeah, but once you compensate that, then you can go. Speed her up. Now, I'm not sure whether this is going to be a problem, but I know that in car accidents, it's usually the overcompensation that makes the actual accident, right? You're just nodding off a little bit. You're hitting the side of the road on one side. You get scared. You overcompensate, and then you crash on the other side of the street, right? This is usually how accidents come to be. You overcompensate. You want to be very careful for this. Yeah, you don't want to. What if she goes too fast? I don't know if that's the thing. But just to be sure, you have to think about this. All right. Now, planets need food. Might as well cover this subject again as well. I'm going on and on. I repeated this in other recordings as well, but I just keep doing it, so I become better at saying it. And just making it sound like it's, not that a big deal at all. No, we could just do this. Yeah. So there's another issue we got to cover. So we got to speed her up. By the way, that might cause also the Yellowstone supervolcano to be less likely to erupt. I'm thinking, like, I don't know, I assume it works the same with Earth as other stuff. There's this centrifugal force, right? If you spin around, stuff is being pulled away, right? That's right. You understand what I mean? So if you speed up planet rotation, I think the tectonic plates are being pulled apart a little bit because of the increased centrifugal. Fuck me, man. Well, the force I was talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know. Right? Yeah. So I was thinking, like, well, what if that's the case? What if we can just decrease the pressure that's under that volcano by just creating more of that force stuff, by speeding her up. Now, okay, so we covered that. Now there's one more issue, and that is fuel. I consider planet Earth to be sort of a satellite, and she's very hot on the inside, and she needs to keep it that way, to keep it burning, to keep it oiled. You know what I mean? So there's fuel, there's oil, and to fluff it up a little bit, right? So you get a nice mixture of molten iron or whatever is down there, right? But she keeps, I think, I'm not sure, but I think she's creating her own fuel. I've been creating. I think that's why she's one of the last ones still going. Because she's creating new fuel with all the nuts, the oily nuts, and all the other organic material that's being turned into crude oil and coal and natural gas. You know what I mean? Charcoal. You understand? Yeah. So we've been using a lot of her fuel, to power our stuff. I think it's time to give her back a little bit, because we might stop her thing, almost like a heartbeat. We stole a few of her heartbeats, and now she might start, get a heart attack, like defibrillate. You know what I mean? Like like we you know what I mean? We have to add stuff to make sure that we don't stop the cycle. All right. Now, how are we going to compensate for all the oil? Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting problem, because there's a lot, and the garbage being produced during the production of the oil, which is plastic, is being thrown into the oceans, right? Plastic soups, destroying sea life basically systematically. That's the oil industry, just leaving its trash in our waters. Now, what we can do is we can get that plastic out of there with massive, maybe cities of ice, like really large, being pulled through the water with stratokites, held up with zeppelins, and then, dragging through the water, producing hydrogen in the process, water turbines, yada yada yada, and then bringing that plastic to shore, and we can mix that with alcohol, pure alcohol. I heard that creates a little bit of a smoothie. You know what I mean? Like a disgusting smoothie. It'll probably burn, right? And then we mix that. We chuck that mixture back into the planet. You know what I mean? So we refill her, clean the oceans, and just do that in a responsible way while we are creating hydrogen, obviously, in the process. Yeah, because when you're being pulled through the ocean with a massive kite, stratospheric kites, it's like 10 kilometers high. That's like a hurricane force winds up there. You're gonna need a break. All right, you don't want to bounce. You don't want to have your city to be, bouncing off of the water, right? No. So you need breaks, and we might as well produce hydrogen in the process. Be careful that you don't go against the rotation of the Earth, because then you might decompensate the whole thing. Yeah, we use engines to go back and forth or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's that. Yeah, the coal, and we can just trash, I suppose. Natural gas can be replaced with hydrogen. We just promise everybody that with the whole hydrogen production thing that we just add just 1%, everyone, for eternity. If it's up to me, yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna. We just put 1% of our hydrogen. We just donate it to Earth, and we put it in those natural gas reserves. Yeah, yeah. So she can use it later on. Tectonic plates keep shifting, right? They keep going. They keep refreshing. They go underneath each other. Yeah, so eventually all those pockets will end up in the center of the Earth. I don't know when, but it would be kind of a shame if later on in the future we're going to have a massive paradise. It's going to be a great, great place to be. And then all of a sudden Earth just stops turning. Why? Because we, with our dumb asses, we didn't think of refueling her. You know what I mean? It's not going to be us that's going to, no, but you don't want to, you know what I mean? You don't want to be the guy of the people from back then that could have done something and didn't do anything because of, well, that's that one stupid mistake we made, which was not refueling her after we sucked her dry. Right? Yeah. Okay. I think that's about it. Yeah. Less than 3 hours. Yeah, it's always a long story with me. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of stuff to cover, man. And I may actually go to that psychiatrist, but I don't know if it's a good idea. Because they've been, trying to wind me up for 4 years now, making me angry, making me annoyed. My bucket is really full, that's an English expression as well, but, this is the final, of just a few more drips and it's overflowing. And I don't want to overflow right across the psychiatrist, you know what I mean? And then having this guy claiming that I should be admitted. And then disappear in some shithole, with some medication. That's not a good idea. Right? No. But it's gonna happen sooner or later. Yeah, they just keep going. They're brute forces. They just keep going. At some point, I was thinking like maybe I should say my name and shit, because I heard that some of those protesters, when they're protesting and somebody's being arrested, they scream their names or something so they can be, so people can look them up so they don't disappear. You know what I mean? If anyone, you know what I mean? Yeah, why not? All right. There's other clones too, though. Like my picture, it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to show you my face because there's other clones. Yeah, this is one of my theories I got. I'm not sure if it's true, but it's one of my theories that they want to use my clones. Not my clone. I'm just one of the clones. I don't know the original, but I'm just one of the clones, and I think they want to use other clones to take my place once I did the whole revolution thing, and then take it over. Kabbalah probably. They do always do this shit. Yeah, they stole Apple too. Steve, they probably gave him cancer with I don't know exactly how, but that's how they got rid of him after they took his company away. Yeah, stock market, majority shareholders, yada yada yada. Yeah, they murder people to take over their shit. Yeah, I don't want to disappear. So yeah, I don't know if my name is gonna make yeah. Well, for some reason it feels a bit off to say it. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say because this might go down pretty fast. All right, I'll just spell it out for you. I'm just gonna write it down also. Well, to make sure not to make any mistake. All right, so my first name is Harre, then a dash, then not a dash, like a space, then a DE. Space Ruyter, RUYTER. Yeah, so HARRE space DE space Ruyter. Harry de Ruyter. Harre de Ruyter. That's my Dutch, and that's how you say it in Dutch. Harre de Ruyter. Was born on 9/11. Yeah, I'm not shitting you. September 11th. I don't have to write that down. I was born on September 11th, 1987. 70, how do you say it? 87? 78? Well, 1987. 87, I think, right? Yeah. Yeah, 9/11, 98, 19. Well, anyway. 1987. I always get confused with those things. I don't know why. Yeah, some people do the same thing with left and right, that they just cannot remember what left and what right was. I'm always like, how can you not remember that, man? Like, come on. Just, you know what I mean? What is this probably this weird thing? This weird little thing. Yeah, that's my name, that's my age, that's my birth, my date of birth. I've got a social security number. Maybe I should, because that's that's unique. They cannot clone that, right? Yeah, let me see. There's 191-229-210. That's my social security number. Yeah, all the other shit doesn't really, right? So now you got my ID. Oh yeah, I'm living in Alkmaar at the moment, in a glorified trash can. Maybe you should give my address as well. Alkmaar, that's a city in the Netherlands. Alkmaar. Alkmaar. And on the Normandy Street, 84. Yeah, let me see. Normandiestraat. Sorry, Normandy Street, 84. 84, 48, 48. 84. Yeah, probably. 84. Yeah, that's where I live right now. It's a mess. It's a glorified dumpster. It's it's like it looks a bit like a hoarder's place, but like it's just not being cleaned. Yeah, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And I'm leaving it like this because, well, I'm going to a shitty location anyway. It's either going to be prison or some psychological hospital, and either one sucks. And this is one strategy I used before when I went to prison last time. When I was kicking the bottle, I lived in a shitty place as well. Not necessarily intentionally, but it was just a shit location. And everything was shitty. And then I realized in prison, well, this is not that bad. This is a lot better than where I come from. And I had no trouble at all going through that prison time. You know what I mean? I came from a shitty place. And I'm thinking, well, you know what? These guys want to arrest me? Because I knew from the get-go almost, like these people, they want to turn me into a terrorist. They want to turn me into something I'm not. They, you know what I mean? Because I sort of bullied them back. All right? So I'm going down anyway. All right, fine. I'm not going to clean my shit up because it was already a mess. But it's usually I make a mess and I clean it up. Make a mess and I clean it up. A bit of a nomad instinct, I think. Yeah, you turn stuff into a mess, so you leave it, and then you know, I mean, go to a new environment and do your nomad thing. I'm a bit of a nomad. I don't like staying in places. No, I mean, after I'm done with that whole prison stuff, I don't even think I'm going to go back to an actual house. It's not my thing, man. It's just a concrete prison, a concrete box, really, a cage. And I'm a nomad. I want to go from place to place all the time. I don't want to stay in one fucking location, you know. It just gets on my nerves. And it's probably my inner nomad that turns everything into a big mess. And so I leave. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm leaving it. This trash can. And the people I'm renting it from can go fuck themselves as well, because they've been very rude to me. I've got no reason at all to be nice to them. Lying and doing dumb shit, you know, allowing themselves to be used by the Secret Service like this. Well, fine. You know what I mean? Fuck you. Yeah, so I don't know exactly when. I got a feeling that it's not a good idea to go today. I didn't have much preparation time. You know what I mean? I got the message like yesterday that they want to have a meeting today. You know, but they wrote it. They wrote the message like a month ago, almost a month ago, like 15th, 16th of February. And you know, I'm like, well, why you know, what I mean, why didn't I get it earlier? So this is probably some Secret Service move. You know, not giving you a lot of time to think about it. Impulse decision taking. You know, you don't give it a lot of thought, and before you know it, you fall for that trap. And it's very tempting to go because the sun is out. It's you know what I mean, it's very nice, and I'm kind of fed up with the whole situation, and they know that. They've been observing me for a long time now. They think they know me, and everything is sort of coming to an end. I'm going to be evicted soon because I stopped paying rent after I was assuming I was going to be evicted anyway. Stopped paying all the other bills as well. I'm like, why did you come at me? You know what I mean? This how you call them in English? People that you know, debt collectors. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is an industry, a category that I wanna you know what I mean, get involved in, as in you know, this, well, do stuff back to them. Because they're responsible for a lot of suicides. So I suspect a lot of Secret Service people work for this sector, because they're inbreds and they like to, you know, make people kill themselves, evicting them, and then knowing like, oh, you're gonna be in this horrible homeless world where you're gonna fucking murder yourself, or turn into a junkie or a whore, you know, and then we can use you for our inferior inbred thing. You know what I mean? This is why the homeless situation in the Netherlands is so horrible, because the Secret Service is harvesting you. Yeah. You know what I mean? You either kill yourself, and they got another snuff movie in which you die. This is what they do. Yeah, they film you, and then they send the videos to the others. Hey, here you go, another victim. Yeah, we killed another one. You know what I mean? Yeah, murdered another innocent civilian. Here, look at the video. This is those sort of people. You know what I mean? This is exactly those sort of people. Yeah. So I'm gonna be out at some point. Yeah, there's already anyway. But I don't think I'm gonna go to that psychiatrist. I already wrote an email. I said like, hey, I was honest. I'm like, listen, I just got your message, and I'm open to a conversation, but it's a bit, it's not a lot of time for me to prepare, and I've got some stuff to prepare. You know what I mean? I want to tell them some stuff. Like, listen, like how they deal with mentally ill people. I'm like, listen, like you probably have been trained improperly on purpose, just so you cannot fix them permanently, so you can keep leeching off of them, so you can keep parasiting them. And I've got a couple of ideas that might help. I've got some very basic ideas, but they might actually help. Like it involves another island, obviously. Yeah, but this one is called Scrapyard Island. I believe that a lot of, and me too a little bit, sometimes I just have the urge to break things, but I cannot break anything around here. You know what I mean? No. But I do want to break stuff. There's probably some inner inbred urge. I think I'm partially inbred. Yeah, just quarter or, you know, half or something. But I do have the urge to break stuff. I just like breaking things, but in a responsible way. You know what I mean? And if you cannot, you know, just satisfy that urge, but it might build up and build up and build up, and you become more and more restless, and, you know, you just want to destroy something because you just, I don't know, you just got this urge. So I was thinking, why not just create Scrapyard Island? And with people who just don't handle life very well, this system, you know what I mean, this rotten system, you can just come to Scrapyard Island, and we turn, you know, trash into treasure, and break things during the process. If stuff is completely useless, well, you just cut it in separate pieces and toss it in bins, so we can recycle that material. And stuff that is usable, well, we can turn into beautiful things and sell them, use them, sell them. You know what I mean? Expose them, maybe make a little exposition, you know what I mean? Junkyard art. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is junkyard art, right? Who cares, man? As long as you're making yourself useful and are not being forced to fucking go through one of those stupid ass, you know, treatments that they're giving you. sitting in a dumbass office talking about dumbass things to some dumbass that's been purposefully poorly trained. You know what I mean? I don't want to waste my time on this. I want to have a junkyard island, and I want everybody to be there that is having a hard time with this system. You know what I mean? Troubling youth, everybody, ex-prisoners. You know what I mean? People that just can't deal with this system very well, and are constantly getting in trouble with the police, with everything. Just go there. Unleash your inner beast. You know what I mean? While breaking some things with sledgehammers and whatever. Right? Yeah. And, well, there you go. You know what I mean? And maybe help each other a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, not like through a program, like, hey, here's some textbook with stuff in there. No. Just people helping each other with stuff. Also mental tricks, like how can you prevent yourself from becoming very angry or something, you know what I mean? And you see this in somebody, it's like, you know what I mean? Just you help each other. You share tricks. You share tips and tricks. Right? I think that works a lot better than some dipshit with very fancy clothes telling you how things are while you know that this dipshit is purposefully poorly trained, so they can keep parasiting upon the mentally troubled people. You know what I mean? Trust me, you're better off helping each other. Sharing tips and tricks that that work, and just in a casual way. Like, hey, listen, I noticed that you're very enthusiastic and you look a bit angry when you break stuff. Yeah, did you, you know what I mean? Did you know that you breathe deeply? That the anger just slowly goes away? Yeah, try it. You know what I mean? And then somebody's still out of breath, what do you mean? Somebody, you know what I mean? One of those people that goes completely to town on a washing machine or something, like it did something wrong to him personally. Do you breathe deeply and slowly exhale, and then the anger slowly disappears? Yeah, try it, man. I've been trying to, you know what I mean? This sort of things. Yeah. Dealing with your anger, dealing with your frustration. Don't let your anger boss you. No, you boss it. Right? And you're getting more oxygen in your brain, so you can think of interesting solutions for problems, for example. You know what I mean? Junkyard island. Where people help each other. Instead of, you know what I mean, being parasited upon by poorly trained pancakes. Yeah, one of these poorly trained fucking psychiatrists is, wants to see me today. Well, fuck it. Yeah, it's about, they want to force me to go go into care. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I didn't ask for this. No, some guy from the Secret Service. That's basically 100% sure. You can't say this because, you never really know. No, but I'm basically 100% sure this guy is Secret Service. And he's not even very shy about it. I even asked him too. I'm like, are you worried? You know what I mean? Of course I don't work for the Secret Service. What do you mean, of course? A lot of people work for, what do you mean? You know what I mean? No, you know what I mean? He's a two-faced little fucking idiot that keeps denying that he works for the Secret Service. And then he said, like, no, I worry about you. Yeah, I want you to go into help. I want you to have some help. Yeah. And I said, no, I'm not gonna. You know what I mean? No. Because, well, and I just don't trust it, man. You know what I mean? And well, I'm gonna do it anyway. And now I got a letter that, So yeah, I don't trust it. I think I'd rather go to prison than go into care with these people. Yeah, because there's better security there. Plus, those guards are not constantly gonna try to fuck me over with all kinds of passive aggressive bullshit that's designed to make me angry, without looking that it's meant to make me angry. Just trolls that are trolling you through protocol. That's what you're looking at. Trolls trolling you through protocol with some remote control fucking idiots have no idea what they're doing. Right? Yeah, I don't feel comfortable about this at all. No. And whatever I'm gonna say to that psychiatrist, he's just gonna say, "No, you're definitely batshit crazy, sir. You're gonna need help." Yeah, because you're crazy. You're gonna need medication, and if you refuse, you're gonna be getting an injection. Yeah, just like the crazy people in the TV, just like on TV. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, fuck you. I don't know you yet, but fuck you, man. I'm going. I'd rather go to prison. I'd rather commit a fake bank robbery. That's what I'm planning. As soon as they evict me, then I'm officially evicted. This is, to me, it's important. Yeah, because then it says in the system that this person, accompanied by the police, has evicted you. Somebody from the debt collectors. Then I'm like, all right, this system took my house away, my protection from the elements, so I can rot in this shitty homeless world. Okay, fine. I'll get my bag with some clothes and make my way to the bank. Yeah, there we go. We're going to prison again. Yeah, where else? You know what I mean? I cannot trust nobody. No, I'm being watched by all these fucking assholes. Anyone trying to do anything is immediately on their shit list. So, no, fuck it. Then we're going to prison. I can do plenty of stuff there. I can write some scripts for some series I want to make. I can, do that thing I wanted to do before this whole stuff started. Mix some comedy routine with plans. With ideas. Yeah, I was thinking about this stuff, and then right after, the Secret Service started to be a little bitch about it. So this might have something to do with this as well, now that I think about it. Yeah, that they thought like, no, you're not gonna bypass democracy with your stupid ass jokes and your plans. We're gonna make you very angry at us, so we can neutralize you, because technically we're not allowed to arrest you for just being a democratic competitor, and probably better than any of us. At that, I mean, because they're fucking idiots. I'm not that good. No, it's just they're just fucking idiots. Yeah, that's that's what's going on. That's what I thought. He's gonna use jokes to sell his ideas. Bypassing democracy. Officially, they can take action. Yeah, because it's their job to protect the democratic process. Question is, though, are they not violating their own laws? Because I've got reason to believe they're about to introduce a robotic president as the next Dutch, president. Yeah. So with one hand, they're probably gonna claim that I was about to commit some undemocratic stuff with my jokey little idea thing. I was gonna get several comedians together too. That was the idea. Yeah, get comedians together and then sort of organized, plug ideas. Plans, good plans. Revolutionary plans. Becoming independent of the system, so that we don't have to comply with all that bullshit rules. And demands. And they were like, no, you're not gonna get a bunch of comedians together and plug your ideas that way. We're gonna mess you up, turn you into a terrorist, and let you rot away in some shithole while we're mentally torturing you. You know what I mean? And that's why I said in the beginning, like, hey, listen, man, if it's up to me, this whole fucking secret world is hellbound. Yeah. Or at least it's going to be terminated when these intergalactic people arrive. I don't know when this is. I think it could be relative. I don't know. It's the feeling, but I think it could be. It could be pretty soon, but I don't know. Could be years, could be decades, could be months. I have no idea. Oh. No, but they're on their way. I know that much. I think, I'm pretty sure. And they're already making up their minds. They're reading our metadata. They're sucking up all that information that we're producing here. But they don't know, I think, that this data is being corrupted, is being falsified, so that, well, innocent, good people are going to end up in hell thanks to the evil actions that these inbreds from the secret community have been performing, trapping us. Yeah, I'm slightly worried because of that. But that's why I say, like, I don't know exactly how to do this, no, but we gotta at least get rid of this secret community in its entirety. Even the good guys. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. I remember, yeah, that hellbound thing. I'm not sure about that, but you're gonna be neutralized at least. I'm not sure if you deserve to go to hell for just, well, tolerating the bad guys. No, but you're not gonna go on. Not with that mentality, at least. No. No. Absolutely not. No. It sounds a bit awful, maybe, but, because they didn't do anything wrong, right? No, but you are protecting the others, though. You always protect each other, secret world people, right? Well, most of the time you protect each other. Yeah. And that's the same, that's your biggest problem, really. Same with the Jews. The people keep saying, like, well, there's good Jews, normal Jews, and bad Jews. Why just call them the Jews? The Jew problem. I'm like, well, the thing is, like, there's this weird Jewish rule, just like in the secret world, that says you always have to back each other up. It's probably well-intentioned once, just to, support each other. But, when you're dealing with the inbred problem, like, other societies take care of their inbreds. They either murder them or neutralize them in another way. Yeah. But the Jews, well, they have to back each other up. So they're not being put away or being put down. No, they're being supported, protected, allowed, tolerated. While they're doing their inbred thing. And that's why a lot of people say, fuck the Jews in general. Yeah, because you don't take care of your fucking inbreds. So fuck all of you then. Go away. Yeah, go away. Because, listen, this is what happens. Like, a good Jew can be in a very powerful position and then being forced to protect a bad Jew, an inbred Jew. You know what I mean? Being forced to abuse his or her power to protect an inbred. Now, do you understand why I say also to you, good Jew, that I'd rather see you, well, at least not in a powerful position, and maybe even neutralized in a humane way. Yeah. Not like the concentration camp way, no. No, humane way. Now, but do you understand the problem that we face here, like in this kingdom? Like, we just want to live in a nice way, man. We just want to live. We just want to be happy to be alive. We want to be, we want to make beautiful things and do cool stuff. And here is you taking revenge upon the people for a Holocaust that was clearly designed and executed, from within. Yeah, through the Romans then. But it was a deal. There was a deal. Here you come, some piggy banks being sent by some satanic cult. Here you arrive, you steal, you rape, you con, whatever you do to accumulate money and goods. Right? That's what you do. You had no country, right? No. So here you come, some bunches, some satanic cults sending piggy banks. This is how I consider you at the moment. Yeah, piggy banks that have to be smashed by somebody else because, well, the Jews cannot go against the Jews, and so you need somebody else to do it for you. Last time it was the Romans dressing up as Nazis, and now what? What? It's supposed to be the Muslims that are gonna slaughter your dumb ass because of all the anger you created? Over what you've done to their brothers and sisters when you were hiding as ISIS, you know, this Islamic State stuff. You're sending your piggy banks to fill themselves, to grow nice and fat, only to get slaughtered by the ones that you trolled, that you made very angry. Yeah, it's a bit of a satanic way of doing things, isn't it? A bit simple, a bit inferior if you ask me. Well, you got a bunch of Jews that allow themselves to be used for this process. Listen, Jew, I consider you to be a weapon that's being used by a bunch of satanic idiots. I hope you understand. If you're angry, fine, send me an angry letter. You know my name, you know my address. You want to go to court? Let's dance. Alright? Gives me a nice chance to dissect this whole fucking problem. And I'll probably get some legal support too when it comes to evicting your dumbass. You're about to evict me, remember? You infiltrated the Dutch Secret Service. At least conditioned it. You're in there. I can imagine that normally you only take revenge upon people that ratted on Jews during the Holocaust. Is this what you do? You can only kill the ones that are related to the ones that snitched on Jews back in the day? Is this some righteous slaughter rule that you sort of came up with yourself? Yeah. My grandparents were no snitches. Oh, they were in the resistance. Well, just a little bit, at least. That's what I heard from my grandma. Well, before you killed her. You know, so I could get the money to buy that massive air rifle. She was a big fan of these resistance movies and books and whatnot. Yeah. But you found it necessary to give her a heart attack. So I could get a substantial amount of money and spend it on something that you could later confiscate in exchange of my anger. And see what I would do with the government after, well, you know, you took my stuff and destroyed it. That was your plan, wasn't it? Yeah, well, you didn't want me to buy the air rifle, at least part of your organization. No, you wanted me to buy the metal detector, right? That's what my mother told me, suggested to me when she gave me the money. Why don't you buy a metal detector, huh? So you murdered my grandmother, so I could buy a metal detector, so I could get very angry when you stole it from me and destroyed it, so then I could tell you exactly what I would do with this government, you know, as revenge. And you, in all your, you know, inferiorness, assumed that I was just going to hand you my plan of attack on a gold little platter so that you could arrest me right before I would launch the largest fucking strike you have ever seen. This was the plan, right? Intellectual parasiting. Yeah. That went tits up, didn't it? That went tits up. Yeah, you're a bit embarrassed now, ain't you? Yeah. Good on you. You should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah. Very, very ashamed. You piece of shit, subhuman inbred. You should be very ashamed of yourself. You murdered my grandmother. She had a lot of pain. That's what she said when her heart was defibrillating. It hurt. You hurt her. You caused pain while you murdered her. Consider it a sign of mercy when I'm just gonna gas you with some helium. You won't even feel you're suffocating. That's what they warn for when they sell that stuff. They say don't do that thing with the funny voice for too long because the helium in your lungs prevents the sensation of suffocation. So you might accidentally, suffocate yourself while doing the funny voice thing. I'm not like you. I don't hurt you while I murder you. No. I just put you down in a humane way. You little fucking inbred. Yeah. I'm not like you. No. But I'm still gonna fuck you up. Alright? Alright. Now, what was I gonna say exactly? I don't remember anymore. Oh yeah, the Jews. Now let me just go into this a little bit further, maybe, yeah? Like I said, a satanic cult. Sending their piggy banks, to eat, get fat, get slaughtered. Last time it was the Nazis. Now they wanted to turn me into some next Hitler. This is another conspiracy I got. This is why they made me angry, so that I would give some rant in the street against one of their Jews they sent to me, because they kept sending Jews to me too. Yeah, these little sleazy looking little fuckwits, these people that you just want to, they probably selected them, purposefully to look so, so disgustingly Jewish. Yeah, why don't you get angry at the Jews? Come on, why don't you get angry at the Jews? Secret Service, right? Satanic cult. That's what I see them now. The entire Secret Service, the entire secret community worldwide, I consider them a satanic cult. I don't care what you think about it. You back each other up. Fine. I'll just generalize you, dumbass. Yeah, you have no self-cleansing thing going on in your world. All right, fine. I'll just, yeah. You should ask for it. Yeah, so a bunch of piggy banks being sent by a satanic cult. Being led by Satan, some alcoholic grandma from 2,000 years ago, probably. Autistic piece of shit inbred. No sense of, she's no sense of self-reflection. She doesn't think there's anything wrong with her, despite the fact that she's got all kinds of perverted inbred urges. She's probably a pedophile. And she's autistic, and therefore she thinks that pedophilia is perfectly fine. Lots of autistic people have this attitude, right? People within Anonymous probably can relate to this. Not the pedophilia thing, but the autism. Like, you think everybody else is crazy except for you, right? That's a typical autistic way of thinking, of reasoning. Yeah. Well, in your case, probably not problematic. No, you got a few quirky things, and that's fine. All right. Yeah, but what if you combine your autism with the inbred programming, right? Your mirrored programming, your self-destructive programming, which makes you do dumb shit all day long, so that people either kill you or you get rejected from the herd and die outside. You got your inbred programming within an autistic brain, resulting in Satan. Some alcoholic grandmother that thinks that there's nothing wrong with forcing kids to lick her vagina. Right, Satan? Right? You don't like it when stuff is being said like that, don't you? You're a little bit prude, ain't you? A little shit with fucking autistic inbred. Huh? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with your inbred brain. No, you just didn't achieve the majority position yet. So that, your stuff is no longer weird. This is typical autistic, some autistic reasoning, I mean, like right now we're the minority, and so our inbred thing is being frowned upon, on a good day. But what if we, what if we become the majority? Then we're no longer fucking weird, Then we're no longer fucking weird with a fucking inbred fucking mentality, right? Yeah. So they've been creating more of themselves. Must have been an interesting, path though for Satan, considering Satan thought there was nothing wrong with Satan, right? No, but Satan had to create more of herself and discover who she was during that process. Yeah, so here you got Satan with her autistic inbred brain being convinced that there's nothing wrong with her, slowly discovering that, well, the thing that she is. Yeah, well, how can you copy yourself if you don't know what you are, honey? Huh? So what did you discover first? That you're autistic or a piece of shit inbred? Huh? What was it first? You fucking idiot. Huh? Which one did you discover first? Yeah. And then you started to make more of this, mental deficient individuals. Right? Yeah, because there's still nothing wrong with you. No, it's just the rest of the world is too fucking good. You know what I mean? If we could just get rid of the normal people, then you're not weird anymore, right? Is that what you want to use the Yellowstone supervolcano for? Just to erase all the normal ones, so you can no longer be considered to be, well, a handicapped person. That's why I could say, yeah, you're mentally handicapped. Man, you got several disorders. You're mentally handicapped, but you don't want to feel like that, and so you want to erase all the normal ones. That's it, isn't it? Satan, Satan, Satan. Almost like a woman that feels like a normal woman until she comes across a beautiful woman. No, she's ugly. Before she came across the beautiful woman, she was just a woman. Not ugly nor beautiful, just a woman. But there she is, right? And now you're ugly. Now you're a fucking abomination compared to her, right? Yeah, and that's how you think, isn't it? That's your problem. It's not you that is butt ugly. No, it's her that's fucking beautiful, normal. You hate her because you want to be like her, but you know you cannot because, well, those are just not the cards that you have been dealt, right? No. So you hate her. You're a woman who hates women because they make you look fucking ugly. Just like normal people make you look like a fucking perverted piece of shit inbred. And that's why you hate them, don't you? Because they make you look bad. Fucking waste of space. And neurological diseased waste of space. Yeah. Now, I've got a pretty good idea how Satan is doing her thing. I think she put herself on alcohol. She was already an alcoholic, so so that makes sense. I think she killed herself by ordering her temple guards to drown her body in pure alcohol in a crystal bottle and put a lid on there before she died. I think she trapped her soul like this. Sort of a glitch, I suppose you could call it. I think she glitched herself into some immortal state and is still broadcasting the inferior contents of her brain throughout planet Earth using the Earth magnetic field. Mecca. It's a very large, powerful magnetic field. That's what they say. A hot spot. That's how it works. I can imagine that it can be used as an information carrier. Don't know if she's in that cube, that Kaaba, but I wouldn't be surprised. When you look at, how children, how people have the right to marry children and consume those marriages according to the in Islamic law. That sounds like, that sounds like a woman that wants to turn Europe into one big caliphate, then, equalize female rights so that also women are allowed to marry children and force them to have sex with them. That's, I think, the plan. That's why she sends her little piggy banks to Europe, slaughters them with the Nazis, so their piggy banks get very scared and infiltrate Europe in return, resulting in a bunch of perverted inbreds that are quite easily compromisable by a secret service because of other inbred urges. Right? So now you've got, secret superpower because of a bunch of fucking inbreds, and that's why I say, within the Jewish culture, you protect your inbreds so you don't purify them. No, they fornicate. I think that's what you call it when Jewish people have sex. I think it's called fornication. Or mating. When inbred Jews, fornicate with other Jews, well, there you go. You got yourself one big fucking inbred orgy, resulting all kinds of perverted urges that have to be satisfied, resulting in obviously videos being taken, and being used as compromisable material, so you can remote control that fucking idiot Jew. So first they infiltrate everything, and then they're being controlled by the Secret Service. Now you basically got Europe under control. All you got to do next is, have the Muslims slaughter them, so they can take their place. And boom, you got yourself one big caliphate. The Romans basically got their empire back because, they can probably execute people again and rape stuff, just like in the Roman Empire that they lost during the same time that Satan was alive. Jesus' grandmother, probably, by the way, if you're wondering who. Yeah, Jesus' grandmother. I think, I don't know. Her son raped Maria, that created Jesus. I think. Yeah, and I believe it's the offspring between the mother and her son, Satan and her son, that created sort of an inbred army, and those bloodlines are still active, I think. Yeah, those bloodlines are still, just full-on inbreds that can be controlled by Satan. Yeah, especially when they drink alcohol, when they're drunk. That's her frequency. That's why you should not drink alcohol. One of the reasons, at least. Satan can then whisper shit in your head, make you do dumb shit. I haven't had any alcohol for, 12 years or something, 11, 12 years. I haven't done a lot of stupid things since then. That's basically her plan in a nutshell. Yeah, using a dumbass piggy banks to infiltrate everything, getting compromised in the process, doing horrible things as a revenge upon the people. They've got videos of this, And obviously they don't want to go to court over this, because the things they do, they think they can take some righteous revenge because of the Holocaust that the people sort of tolerated when the Nazis came through. And now they're taking revenge upon the people. Doing unspeakable things. And now, these fuckwit inbreds, that just need an excuse to do the inbred thing. That's what the Holocaust is to them, just an excuse. Yeah, but you look at what they did to us. Yeah, fuck you, inbred, with your fake ass excuse. What, you think you can avoid hell just because you claim that what you did is because of revenge. Go fuck yourself. Lesser worthy, selectively retarded piece of shit fucking inbred. Yeah. Send me an angry letter, you know. Come on. Come on then. You wanna fucking dance? Well, shit. Anyway. Yeah, well, that's it. That's another way the Americans probably want to get their empire. Well, it's basically the Romans, isn't it? The Romans fled to America. If you look at the White House and how it's designed, you know, I mean, that's Roman, right? I think they want to create a third world war and split Europe in half. One half to the Russians, one half to the Americans. And so they can do their little stupid thing again. You know, fight each other a little bit, be annoying. You know, do that fucking inbred thing, you know. Yeah, let's split Europe in half and then fight over little pieces again and do our stupid little lesser worthy fucking monkey thing, you know, this psychological warfare. Yay. You will all fucking die if it's up to me. This whole organization behind it, all these officials, you all in the shit list. Look at the way that you're doing your things, man. Like, fuck all of you. You know what I mean? When that intergalactic army is coming, it's not going to be the people that is going to be erased. No. It's going to be you. The ones that are suppressing the people. The ones that are fucking everything up. You think it's the people that are going to be harvested? Because you're luring them into traps, because it's technically our tax money that's being used for your inferior projects. You think these aliens are a bit fucking retarded or something? Huh? These life forms are way ahead of you. And here you are with your goddamn fucking monkey brain thinking that you can fool an extraterrestrial rescue team into taking the people with them and leaving you? You think you're gonna be left here? With your irresponsible way of doing fucking things? I'd rather start all over again with a bunch of nobodies than with you, the ones in charge. You, the politicians. You, the military. You, the secret community. You know, the shitwits that have turned this planet into a hell on earth. Fuck you. You know what I mean? If anyone is gonna die, it's you. Right? And then we're gonna continue. And we're gonna start all over again. Not with you and your continuation of consuming your own fucking shit all day long. We're gonna walk some new paths. Not the old ones. We're gonna go unconventional. And we're gonna use the carrot and not the stick, you sadistic piece of shit inbred. We're gonna use the carrot and we're gonna produce more intellectual property than you've ever seen. And there's no data falsification going on in that network. Why? Because the people appreciate what's being done. The people appreciate the carrot, and they want to help that system. They don't want to sabotage it because they hate it. No. They want to contribute. You know what I mean? They love to be part of such a thing. So no, there's not going to be a mountain of data falsification going on there. No. Fucking idiots. Yeah, I said military. I know there's military intelligence very interested in the continuation of the situation. All the division, all that shit that's going on. You want to have Star Wars? You fucking child! So you can go to bed with Princess Leia. You will all die. As soon as these fucking people arrive, if it's up to me, you are the ones that will die. Not the people. Because it's you! That's the problem. It's you that's depending on this division. It's you that's depending on wars and all the shit that goes on during wars. While you just sit there with your LARPing fucking lunatics, you know, parading around with your little fucking medals and all that shit to show off about all the things you have done. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You should fight crime. You should fight evil. Not become it. Fuck all of you. It's not the collateral damage, because that's what you call it, isn't it? People. Civilians. It's not the collateral damage that's going to be taken away. Nobody is going to be taken away. No. No. You're going to be humanely euthanized here on planet Earth. If you don't get your fucking act together, that is exactly what will happen. You will be humanely euthanized. And that's more than you deserve. You either get your shit together or you'll get terminated. Good. I'm going to take a little break, you know, before I'm going to say things I might regret later on. All right. Yeah, I'll be back with another recording some other time. Hopefully. All right. Anonymous. Godspeed.